Alright, guys, welcome to the Journey Into Nerdom Podcast. I am your host, SR Native, also known as LT, my real name. Along with me are my co-hosts, Forever Delicious, aka my brother, Mike, and buddy, Zen Pixel, aka EJ.
Very nice. Hello.
Yep, there you go. We weren't going to really talk about Star Wars. Well, we'll talk about the little things leading up to Star Wars. I want to talk about Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Rise of Skywalker last. Before we get to the, but we can get to these little articles that were done during this week, this whole entire week. But yeah, after that, we'll get into some actual other news besides Star Wars. Guys, I know people are probably like, man, you guys talk a lot about Star Wars. There's nothing else to talk about Star Wars. But now this week, there's quite a few that went down, quite a few stuff that went down. Yeah. Okay, like we're just talking about this online. We're talking to the Nerdist article that went that happened this week. It was titled "The Last Jedi Didn't Break Star Wars; It Saved It." I read it twice, trying to think, because I saw it on Twitter and everyone was going at it, and I was like, all right, let me give this a read. Read it that first day it came out. I was like, I don't understand what they're talking about. And for references again, I read it just before we started doing this podcast today, and I still don't understand what's going on. I don't get the argument of the whole thing of Last Jedi saving it. I think, to paraphrase it, I think it's just more like it didn't go into areas where we already treaded in storytelling wise. I think, if I remember right, I don't remember. I gotta read it like maybe 2 more times to understand it. But it was like going over like certain things like happened to like what happened to Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah,
she got taken off her social media. It's also talking about like how like the main cat, the 3 heroes of the story now are like talking like kind of like, yeah, like Last Jedi wasn't really all that great for us because we weren't separate, we weren't together in the whole thing at all, pretty much. Even JJ was saying like, yeah, it was okay.
that was surprising to read that.
Yeah,
that he didn't really care much for Last Jedi's quote unquote subversions.
Oh, by the way, I'm kind of sick. I might be getting sick. I'm a little.
Oh no!
So if I cough, I'm sorry. My apologies. But yeah, I was just watching those guys at EFAP today because they're doing like a 12-hour thing too. They're doing one on some dude that was like, it was a video it said like a guide to the Last Jedi, and in quotations it said for the Star Wars fans.
Oh, great!
And it pretty much summed up everything that I think what I read on this Nerdist article about that. He summed up everything. He pretty much said the same exact thing, if I remember right. Listening to him, and they're just saying this is all the same arguments you guys always have for The Last Jedi. They didn't really do anything. Their arguments are kind of people that argue for Last Jedi being good. Their arguments are kind of stale. They're all the same to me as well.
If they're anything like the Nerdist article, it's like, then what's the argument there to be had?
I want to know the argument.
I just looked it over right now. Is that the actual full article?
Yeah, that's the full article.
Yeah, it's only 4 paragraphs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I read it over again. I was like, wait a minute, this can't be right. There's only like 4 pages. There's only like 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Is that really the thing? Because that's just
It goes in circles too.
Yeah.
That was just like as if somebody's trying to recap something that somebody else recapped.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go anywhere. Like, so what's your what did Last Jedi do then? Like, they didn't really. I don't think it.
Yeah, it doesn't really
anything.
go into any more details. It just kind of says like, "This is what he said." Okay.
It's very clickbaity too. See, the gist what I got from it was that The Force Awakens didn't set it. What the guy was saying, or whoever said it, who wrote it, is saying that The Force Awakens didn't leave it on good terms to make a sequel of.
Yeah.
That's the gist I can get, and that Johnson, Ruin, had to work with what JJ left without any architecture, without any structure. And it's the biggest insult, without any foundation.
What
is what I can get?
That is
that's the gist of the article.
Okay, that's hugely false. Like, Force Awakens did set up a lot of things, and he just said, "Nope." Throw all that out.
I just don't understand. Yeah, it's like did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand either. Did we watch the same movie, guys? Like, if it is, I want to see that good one. I don't. I want to see the ones you guys been watching. Like, it's weird. It's so weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But their argument, the people that argue against or for it, is just, their arguments are all the same. And it's just like, where'd you get this stuff from? It's just like, I don't know, but whatever. But even then, like, even now, like, since it's coming to an end, all those guys, all the actors that are playing all the actors are coming out and saying like, yeah, we didn't really care for Last Jedi. Like John Boyega says that. I think. JJ says that. Yeah. Boyega was like, yeah, I don't think, like, my character is really not going anywhere. And it's just like, yeah, because in the movie, he doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like, these are clickbait articles. This is why I don't like going to like Nerdist or like Comic Book Review or whatever and all those things. Yeah, it's just a bunch of I don't want to say opinion pieces, because it's not really their opinion. Honestly, I feel like it's not their opinion. It's something that they're told to, like, yeah, keep saying that, and maybe people will change their mind. We'll come around eventually. Keep feeding them crap, and they'll eventually love it.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm looking at the article right now, and I'm just trying to rack my head around it.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell from what I understand, the way I understand it anyway, is that he's just saying, like, it did something, so he's forced to do something. That's basically it. Like, yeah, Last Jedi did this, so he's forced now to do this.
Yeah, he's forced to progress the story further, not like.
That's all. That's basically all I can sum up from that.
Yeah. But he didn't do anything to it.
Yeah.
He kept it the same, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm trying. Like, how do you read a book and then the author's different than the first one, the next one, and then he comes back for the third one? Do you give the main author crap for not setting it up for the first one or the second book?
Yeah, even though he did
something like that.
Did kind of,
yeah,
lines for it. Like, okay, this is how this ends, and these characters are this way and that way. They've grown a little bit, and I want you to keep it going. Like, yeah, all right, whatever. I'll do it.
That's exactly what I picture him.
Like, yeah. Like, all right, screw him. I'm gonna go make my own movie or make my own book with the same characters, but I'm not gonna do anything with it.
We'll tell a different story in the middle.
People are gonna have to. Yeah. People are gonna have to read between the lines in my book. I'm not gonna pull it. I'm gonna have to make them subvert their expectations of everything. Everything that was, built in the first book. I am either gonna tear it down, or I'm not gonna do anything at all with it.
You got the easy job too. See, I want to say the original trilogies were like this, but they weren't because Lucas did the first one, and then someone else I forgot his name, but he did the Empire, the best one.
Directed it. Yeah, he he had other writers with him too. I think he had another writer with him for
Kassan?
I believe he did. If I'm getting it right, I think he wrote A New Hope. That's why it's like so cheesy, corny, script writing, dialogue in it, kind of. I would say, but it gets the point over, Then I think he said during I know documentaries I've watched, he says I kind of tired out myself out doing A New Hope. I didn't know this it was that gruesome, or not gruesome, but just tiring to direct and do all this and that. So I handed it over to other people to direct Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which Irvin Kershner directed it. He still had a hand in, I think he still had a hand in writing it as well, George Lucas. I think mostly it belonged to the other person, if I'm right, the next two movies.
Yeah, I think Lawrence Kassan did the second one.
Yeah.
And then someone else did, but Lucas was there to advise, like he was for this trilogy.
Yeah. And
but
Disney didn't want him. They're like, okay, well, we'll take your word. No, we're not going to use anything for them. What does he know? He's never built a holy empire like us. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. No. Yeah. But yeah, it's just so weird now coming, and it's just all this stuff coming out with Last Jedi, and it's just and it's just making those people even hate the OG and the prequel trilogy even more. Those the people that like these movies. And I'm like, why? You don't like story structure? Granted, the prequels had, it was terrible. Dang it, I had it in my head just now.
Structure,
yeah, it's terrible structure, but it still had a purpose.
There was development.
There was development in that one character, Anakin Skywalker. And everyone, the world building too, around there too. You got to see what the Republic looked like before it was destroyed and everything like that.
Yeah.
Clone Wars took it a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, they had good structure. Yeah. Original trilogy. What can you say more that hasn't already been said? It's great. This one is just it's just corporate building, corporate made. Disney slapped his stamp on it.
See, the first one, it was really, really catered to us, I feel.
Yeah, it was.
It's what is it? Practical effects. Yeah. Or at least that's what the article was arguing about, which is a good point. That Force Awakens was particle effects. We're not going to be like the prequels, just kind of a backhanded response to it. And if I remember Last Jedi, that's when, like you said, the whole corporate started getting their hands hey, let's crank this out like Marvel.
Yeah.
Let's have Solo, let's have Rogue One, let's have all this other crap, and then top it all off, The Last Jedi was just, crap. On top of crap. On top of no more crap.
Yeah. Even more crap. And it's just they were saying, I think those guys were talking about, it's, even when they have original characters, it's just for them, the original characters are there just to, be sacrificed to their new characters. Han Solo got sacrificed to Rey and those guys. So did Luke. It's too bad Leia's what's her face is gone. I wonder what they would have done to her. Probably would have done something horrible to her, I would say.
Carrie Fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still in it. She's still in it.
Probably would have done something so bad. I'd be like, like, guys, I'm waiting for like a horrible groan in my theater when it comes out at the end. If all the leaks are whatever for it or confirmed for it, I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, John Boyega on Toxic Fandom. What did he say about Toxic Fandom in general? You know?
I could guess about he was interviewed by Hypebeast. Mm-hmm. And it's toxic when the abuse goes through past the fandom itself or the whatever they're arguing about.
Okay.
So he says an example about I think it happened to him. Someone said, "Yeah, you're crap," and then he would say, "You're crap back," and then the guy who said he's crap would get all mad, like, "I thought we're on the same team. We love Star Wars." So like it's an attack's an attack. It doesn't matter what the context is.
Okay. That's not toxic. That's just being an asshole, dude.
Well, yeah, and it becomes toxic when he brings up Marie Tran.
Yeah.
When it starts becoming bullying and harassment and all that stuff. Yeah. That sucks because that's what Star Wars people associate with. Like not Star Wars people, but outside of Star Wars people.
Yeah, outside of Star Wars people associate. Oh, you're a Star Wars fan? Oh, you must hate everything or something like that. Something like that. Or you're a bigot or no, not bigot. I should say not bigot. It's you're racist or you're misogynist or whatever, and I'm like,
yeah, okay, you're toxic.
I guess. Like I never had a problem with Princess Leia or any of those other people in there, you know. The entire cast of the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Never had a problem with it. Okay, well, whatever. Okay. Believe what you want to believe, dude.
See, I want to know is why is there suddenly a rise of we've always known there's a toxic something in another fandom, like be it comics, be it anime or whatever.
Yeah.
But why is Star Wars so special that everyone associates toxic fandom with Star Wars?
I don't know. It's so weird. We're looking at Young Ripper, right? Michael, we're watching him. What did he had a great one about fans, dedicated fans. This was going to be toward the what Henry Cavill said about, you know, passionate, like they're not toxic.
Yeah,
some of them are toxic. They're passionate. Yeah.
I can't remember the words for it exactly, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
it was just some kind of like thing about. They basically to sum it up. Yeah, it's just like they're just passionate. They want to see it grow or something like that.
Let me try to find it real quick, and but yeah, that was a bad thing to put up, but my bad. Because we were watching it, and I was like, yeah, that's a really good That's a really good way of saying it. Like, you know, you have this history of like, you know, of a character that you've read and, you know, got into, like when you were not younger, but, you know, just, you know, taking your time and effort to like get to know certain things about this certain, you know, group or person or character or whatever in a comic book, movie or whatever. You know, you think they would be, you know, a little bit more dang it, a little bit more, you know, what's it called, to the fans of that person, of that thing or whatever. Let me try to find it. Dang it, I don't want to have it like
play audio or something.
Yeah, play audio. Is this it? I don't remember what it was, but yeah. Anyway, probably, but yeah, I don't know why. Toxic fandom. Toxic fandom to me is just weird to me because, are you looking for it too or no?
Well, because I know it's on my stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know that's where we watched it was over here, so.
Yeah.
See if I can find it.
Anyway, yeah. I don't understand, like, I just want to see, like, these characters, like, characters that we grew up with portrayed right, and, just, if it's gonna be their ride into the sunset, make it, good,
Yeah.
Don't shit on
Make it
them.
worth.
Yeah,
Just
make it
don't
worth
let
it.
it be tossaways. And like, hey.
Yeah. Like how they all are nowadays, like most stuff made in the 80s or whatever are. I think the worst probably would be like, I don't know, Indiana Jones maybe. Or they're just like
Tried.
how they are they
Yeah.
yeah, they tried in there, but yeah. Or the handling of Luke Skywalker and The Last Jedi. It's just like, huh? Oh yeah, they also talk about idol worshiping, like we were like talking about, like Luke is an idol and he should have did something better than what he did. And I'm like, yeah, he should have did something better, not like something crazy, but just something better than what he did there.
Yeah.
Because I was disappointed. Yeah, I was disappointed. Like, I'll always say that. I was really disappointed when, like, you find out it's an image thrown into at the end of the scene. It's just like a ghost image of him or whatever, and he's on that other planet.
An Axto?
Yeah, and I was like, what? You like,
See,
I was so upset. I was like, you took me for just sprung the rug up.
took me for a stroll.
Yeah.
For stuff like that, it's cool. Okay, I'll say that it's cool. It's that he was able to harness the Force like that.
Yeah.
But my whole gripe with it is that it wasn't paid off. It's something that you're supposed to build towards, and it's just like, hey, let's just throw this for fans. They like Force stuff.
Yeah.
They like stuff getting blown up. Like, for let's use Empire for the best example for the middle trilogy. As Empire, it was built up to a point like who is this guy? Who's Vader? Why does he know a lot about Luke? And why does he, as though he's always there, Luke's there, Vader's there, and then you go to the tree and then he sees his face, and it's building up to a point where Vader is Luke's father.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, what just it's slowly building up to that point. But Last Jedi, the thing is, it doesn't build through anything because most of the plot is static, most of the story is static, and most of the characters, I want to say they're not developed, but it's a Star Wars film. We're not really there for character development.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
Because you're so desperately looking for, is there a point where I like, is there something I can cheer for? Is there something I can glue with? And it's like, no, there's nothing. There's
nothing at all.
There's no God here.
I was thinking about that.
It's my rant.
I was thinking about it. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, Ruin Johnson, actually, developed it the way, how it ended, how Force Awakens ended with, Kylo Ren, when he was or with Snoke saying it's time for me to complete his training, and it's just the opposite of what Empire Strikes Back was. You see you see both of them going through their training.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, and you see what the Sith way is, and what we already see what the Jedi way is, but just a little bit more deeper into it and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we have not seen the Sith side. I'm assuming it's a lot of whipping and harshful criticisms.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, we could have seen that.
Yeah, that would have been nice to see, the Jedi or the Sith side of Force training. Yeah, it would have been nice. And he also has the little I don't know if they would have the little trial or whatever.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they? Okay.
It's it's not just one. I think it's 3 trials, and you're almost gonna die.
Okay.
It's a trial of power. I don't know the names exactly. But it's a trial of power and a trial of the mind, so you don't get corrupted by the mind, and then a trial of the master. And usually, the trial of the master is you're supposed to take a knee. You're not supposed to surpass your master because that's the whole point. So that hate will fuel you to ultimately surpass him.
Yeah.
Vader never does.
For people that don't know, the way to only become a master is to kill the master, your master himself. That's the only way in the Sith lore of them. Yep. So that's pretty metal, I guess you would say. Maybe.
Which is funny, like in SOTOR or the Knights of the Old Republic era, they used to have academies full of Sith.
Yeah, true.
You knew what would happen eventually. Like, hey, John didn't show up for class. What happened to him?
Oh, he's dead.
And then everyone's just kind of looking. He's dead. He's hanging from the rafters. He's like, oh, all right. Anyway, so this class.
It would have been neat.
Stressful, man. Imagine going to class like, hey, you don't know who's gonna kill you if you show 1 ounce of compassion.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm just like looking at it right now. We got off topic of toxic.
Anyway, it's just about like when your expectations aren't what was delivered, basically, and that it's not toxic to be upset about it. It's just more passionate. That's basically what he's saying.
Okay, Henry
so
Cavill.
So the whole Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
that's basically what he's saying in that thing. So it's like how people were expecting Rey to actually be something, to have some kind of meaning as to why she's so powerful. Like, she has to have some kind of bloodline, right? And then they're just like, no, she's just nobody. She's just born from nobodies. That's it.
Trump traders.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's like just kind of just being like, oh, that's a disappointing way to look at it. That's a very disappointing conclusion to come to.
Yeah.
Now I'm upset about it. Like, it's because you're passionate that you were hoping it was going to be something more impactful. Maybe not a Skywalker, maybe not even a Kenobi or anything like that. Just something. Just some kind of bloodline. But no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. It's just like people are more passionate. Well, some people are just way more crazy, I guess. Passionate
are crazier.
Well, that's kind of but you can also take it as a Sith code as well. There's only whenever there's passion or whatever. I forget what the Sith code is, whatever arm is. The passion is in there. Yeah. There's no whatever. There is only
See, the difference I could see with passion and toxicity is that at least the passionate people, they leave it at that.
Yeah.
They leave it that, like, okay, Rey sucks because she has no development. Period. Nothing and or but. If you bring it up again, I'll probably breach that conclusion again, and a period.
Yeah.
But the whole difference with the passionate versus toxic is that toxic people never stop.
Yeah, they never do.
They over and over, as though, the definition of insanity is that you keep talking about something and expecting another result. Yeah. And then, like, that's the toxicity, is that they just keep talking about it. And, like, we get it, dude. Rey sucks. I agree with you. Just don't make every video an hour discussion of you just ranting on how Last Jedi sucks. Because, like, we know, dude.
Yeah.
Are we insane?
I also feel like it should be. No, we're not like that. I don't think we are. Maybe, but that's not.
Well, because this is like the fourth or fifth time we talked about this.
But we've moved on from it.
We're not. We're also, we're not like putting them down or anything. We're not like saying, I wish, like, whatever. I curse thee, whatever. I'm not gonna. I don't want to like say like something
on your house.
Yeah, I don't want to say like something horrible because you probably might get flagged or something like that. But
probably.
Just like, we're not like threatening them or doing anything, saying like wishing bodily harm on them. We're not doing that. We're just talking about like more or less the story structure of the Last Jedi.
We're adding more to it. Like, you brought up the Sith training, right? And I've never thought about that. So I was like, oh, that's a good point, and then move on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We just move on. Hopefully. If not, we have like if Rise of Skywalker is not really all that great, we'll have a bunch of
another year
new stuff to talk about. Oh God, man. Screw it. We just talk about Star Wars right now at the beginning of it. Anyway, okay, let's talk about something fun in the Star Wars universe.
I think you're
Mandalorian.
Whoa.
We're talking about the Mandalorian. It's episode 6 of 8. I didn't know it was 8.
6 of 8? Oh, wow. Yeah. It was 9.
I thought it was 9 too, but apparently it's only 8 episodes.
2 more episodes, hell.
2 more episodes. 1 more next week. And I think they said it's going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
What a good thing.
Yeah, so they won't get, what's it called, with Rise of Skywalker. And I think they're going to take Christmas week off. And then it'll be, then the final one would be the following week.
New Year's, like the 3rd of January.
Is it really New Year's? Or is it?
Yeah.
Is it the 3rd?
Yeah, because you said the week, right, of 25th, that Christmas.
Oh, yeah, it is. All right, yeah.
And then, oh man, it's already. Wow, cool. Sad, but cool.
Happy New Year.
I'm not going to get a claps all around.
Yeah. All right. Episode 6 of 8. The Prisoner, right?
Yeah.
Labelly called The Prisoner. I only watched it once. I know you do it, like, because I always feel like, yeah, I think I got it. First showing. But yeah, I just don't want to go and, like, watch it over again, like, right away.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fair. All right, like, let's see what, like, I'll watch it over again maybe when the whole thing's done with. After the whole season's done with, I'll be like, all right, rewatch it over again, see if this thing changes my mind or anything like that.
Yeah.
But for right now, I would say I'm gonna give it a solid 4 for what it was, 4 out of 5.
We're grading it now. Okay.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I don't really want to spoil it for anyone, not anymore, really.
They go on a prison
ship. They just go on a prison ship. Go help try to get a dude out. Him and this group of ragtag team of a female Twi'lek, a scout, or a sort of a, what is it? What is Bill Burr's character? A scout?
He's a marksman.
Imperial marksman? Yeah.
Quote,
that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. When he said that. He was an Imperial marksman. That's not saying much. I wasn't a stormtrooper, wise ass.
I love this character in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, when I first saw it, I was like, wait, is that Bill Burr? And I was like looking at him again, like, oh god, it is Bill Burr. He does it really well too. He acts really
he does it. I thought he did a pretty solid job doing what he needed to do. Granted, he's only in there. Well, yeah, this is probably the only last time we'll ever see him. Oh no, maybe not. He didn't kill him. Yeah. Screw it, I'm spoiling stuff. He didn't kill him at the end. So
spoilers.
He didn't kill them at the. Oh yeah, and there was this weird, huge devil creature thingy with them as well as the
Devorian. Yeah.
Devorian. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's close enough. Devilman.
Devorian. I was like, really? Is that what it is? All right. Okay. Hey, cool. Anyway, they go off into this. Go off to this prison, New Republic prisoner holding station thingy, whatever. With the group. Oh yeah, and there's a droid too. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, Zero, right?
Zero.
Yeah. I guess.
They go and try to get this dude. They go and try to get this guy out of there. All the while, when they do, the group betrays the Mandalorian. Mando puts him in the cell, but he escapes, like we all know he would. And he goes all crazy demonisk on them.
It becomes a horror movie around the midpoint.
It was cool. I liked it. I thought it was fun. And I was like, really? The New Republic looks a lot like Empire stuff.
Right. I was thinking about the droids, the floating pills.
The floating pills, yeah. I was like, that's really
I was like, whoa,
Empire-ish.
Did they just take the tech? Well, I mean, the technology is not that different.
Yeah.
So did they just take the technology and repurpose them?
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
And the droids, like, wait, you guys are using droids now? Like,
yeah. I kind of wish they went over that a little bit. I'm like, They also even have like battle droids as well for security guards as well. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm I'm not gonna question that maybe because droids are they're droids. Droids are just used in this world. Like I would say that they're like slaves. I want to say like a little loosely.
Don't use the S word. Indentured servants.
Indentured servants, yeah. That are programmed to like whatever they're programmed to.
And if they don't, we just wipe their memory.
Yeah. They start to get sentient, a little bit.
I feel. What is life? I love.
That is the lore, right? They won't get sentient, but they'll start like, having a
They'll get sentient. Yeah.
Oh,
if you don't wipe them.
Get sentient?
Yeah, if you don't wipe them, they'll like R2 hasn't been wiped.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much sentient. Yeah, he's self-aware. He knows what he is. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like every now and then, just to like, hey, let's keep the slaves. I mean, servants docile.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about other than slaves?
Oh, we're talking about the droids. Just
Mandalorian. Right.
Yeah, droids. Mandalorian. Yeah, they just look really Empire-ish, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I'm gonna hold on to that." But yeah, then they, they also have like a tracking the one loaning security dude that was in there, like, what's it called, a tracking system on to that position. So I guess like when the people come and for them, they just like literally open fire on that prisoner ship, I guess, because that's what they do. What I thought. Yeah. I was like, so yeah. So I was in my head. I was like, so if that tracking device was still on that ship with those 3 X-wings, would they just open fire on that ship? Just blow it up for no reason? Because that's what they did at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he goes back to where their little headquarters are, and he sends them gives them the prisoner or whatever, the person that they sent him off to do, and they try to the main dude that was that put up this job. He was like, all right, he waits till he leaves, and he's like, kill him, and he puts a like a military ship on him or something like that. I can't remember. He starts it up. Yeah, gunship. Yeah, gunship. And you hear a little beeping noise going off, and it's lo and behold, it's a tracker in that dude in the prisoner's hand or whatever, in his pocket or whatever. And 3 X-wings come in. They're like, oh yeah, is that it? Where it's at? Like, they're putting up a gunship.
Oh, chill, right?
Yeah. It's like, all right, open fire on them.
They blow up the gunship, killing how many people in there? And they just start shedding off.
Quite a few. Yeah, quite a few people in there. Yeah. I was like,
nice to hear the sound. Like the X-wing sound.
Yeah. That was nice. And yeah, it just felt pretty good. Direction. Different style, I guess you could say. It's still sort of westerny, but it's more espionage movie or espionage
a heist. It feels like
heist.
Like
heist. There you go. Yeah, heist movie or whatever. Yeah, not that. I thought it felt really well done, in my opinion. A lot of people say like the secondary characters weren't really all that great. I was like, no, they're not. They give him a whole bunch of exposition and stuff toward him as well.
Just kind of a lot of screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of character development and all those things, like world building as well, because he talks about Gungans and Canto Bite and stuff like that. I'm like, oh,
yeah, they dropped Canto Bite. I was like, wow, you guys are ballsy.
Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, it was fine. I liked that. I mean, Bill Burr's character was awesome, especially when he finds Yoda. When they see Yoda, the baby Yoda. It's like, oh, he looks at both of him, Mando and the Twi'lek. He's like, did you guys make that?
I desperately need to know how much of his lines are ad-libbed.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Because I feel like the Gungan line is ad-libbed. Honestly, like That's the only thing from Star Wars he really knows is everyone hates Jar Jar.
Yeah.
So he just kind of
maybe he's a Gungan.
no. What's the thing? Which is incredibly racist in the context.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Misa no like your face or something, or like he says Misa something.
No, why Misa no see my face or something like that?
It's like if it was an Asian guy, and you try to, it's not like too far from Bill Burr's style, I suppose. Just giving crap to everybody.
I was gonna say that's Bill Burr's style of comedy. Like,
so just seeing it, he's just himself, isn't he? Bill Burr's playing himself as an Imperial marksman.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like it. Because, it definitely did feel like he was just Bill Burr in space.
Like, did you make that?
Just love that.
His accent, like his whole squeakiness, just comes out like, oh my god, it's Bill Burr.
He drops him too. I was like, oh, that baby, that poor little baby.
What an ass! I love him.
Yeah. No, it's just so. That was like crazy. Just when they warp into space or hyperspace, and he's just like, the ship just goes crazy, and he drops Baby Yoda. Or he like mimics he's gonna drop him too to Mando as well. I forgot about that.
And Mando reacts, right? He's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. Gone soft, Mando. Oh man. Oh, and I give it a 4. I forgot. What was the reason I got 4? 4, it just felt. I think 4 because it felt just. I think the scene, especially on the prisoner ship, felt really TV-esque to me. Like just felt too clean, and I was like, for a prisoner ship, maybe not. Maybe a little rough around the edges, maybe just a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Bloodstained. It's the Republic, not the Empire.
I was like, I think that's just a little bit of a nitpick of mine, but I think that's the only reason. I like everyone keeps even Grace was like, she doesn't really like the characters in there. I remember right? I don't remember. I can't remember a huge lot because sometimes I just like when I listen to Grace, I'm like, why do you hate this show? A lot of people apparently don't really care for it a whole lot. I'm just like, okay, I guess maybe it's because it's under Disney. Maybe, I don't know. And they're just really cautious about it. I don't know.
See, what I think is that they want not. See, I don't want to be mean, but it's like the industry or the entertainment industry we are in that everything has to be spelled out.
True. Yes.
There's no subtlety anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
So like when you see this episode, if you really listen, if you really look, it's the first episode where we see the New Republic insignia.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen it at all, and that's how it looks. It's like the whole circle with stars and stuff. And then the uniform changed. Even they say, "Oh, your shoes are white," so they're all blue now. Like nice shoes. But it's very subtle in terms of storytelling. Like,
true.
Especially right. Do they really have that much background that's just for exposition? Like, hey, this is where he's from. This is where he does. Blah 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 blah.
I think that's why they keep because even in there, like in the thing that when I was watching that video with that guy with the EFAP guys, he was talking about like people wanted like when he talks about like Snook and like character development. He's in the throne room, right? And he gives his own little take. Like this is the guy that makes the video. He gives his own little take. Like people wanted like character development for Snook. And during that time, he's like in the throne room, like when he's choking her out or whatever. When he grabs her and like pushes her toward his face, he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I am going to whatever something." I can't remember what he said, but he just ad-lib. He's like voiceover Snook's voice, and he's just like, "But before I do this, let me tell you my story of like whatever." I'm like, and they're just like, no, like I don't. They're just like, I don't understand why you like people think that's how we want it to be. Like, no, we don't want it to be like that. We just want a little bit of character exposition, a little character background of the character. We don't have to you don't have to have a sit down with him talking about that. Just
exactly.
Like a little bit here and like give like little subtle hints here and there. It doesn't have to be things like that.
Yeah. Little pieces like, oh, look, he can wield force lightning not like anyone else. That little says about his experience.
Yeah,
He dresses Hugh Hefner. I don't know. He doesn't really care much. Well, he calls Vader Lord, so it seems like okay, he feels as though Vader is an equal, if not a superior to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very subtle.
People could just get the subtlety and not just have everything spoon fed to them nowadays. Very. Yeah.
Back to the prison ship thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you: is there usually westerns where they break someone out from prison from the sheriff jail? Or something
usually.
like that?
Yeah, most of the time.
See, that's the vibes I got. Because like remove the ship, and just say it's a small town with the sheriff's, I guess the jailer or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they form a posse to break him out, and it turns out, oh, it's the brother of the sister.
Yeah.
Like I get really heavy Western vibes, and the more I look and the more I delve into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go like that. I mean, look, if even sort of like if you can even go like harken to like Red Dead RDR2 with that, like getting Micah out and like or just doing like the little what was that one? What was that one? Were you going against the one character in your group that goes away for a while and then it comes back? And he always goes away and he comes back.
I forget his name.
No, he's like
part of your posse.
He's like the grifter. Yeah, and you like you help a prisoner escape as well in there. Yeah, but yeah, it's like westerns. Yeah, there's a lot of things that does like a lot of westerns do that as well. Like let's go bail this guy out,
Yeah, his transport's on the road.
Yeah,
or something.
Gotta get him on this group. Yeah, do something like that. Yeah, it usually is like that. Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. But knowing now that it's only going to be 8 episodes, I'm like, okay, what are you going to do now? Oh, Michael, what about you?
What? I thought it was good. 4.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool.
You have mine? Oh.
But yeah, okay. Is that all for the Mando? Wow. I guess so, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're breaking up a little.
Oh, am I?
I don't know if that's just me. I think that's okay.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Am I back? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good?
You're good right now. It was just being weird right then. Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. We just talk about that real quick.
It's on Thursday for the
Thursday
fan day.
is less than a week away, gentlemen.
Oh man, it's already here.
Already. The end of this era of Star Wars film. No, it doesn't. It concluded in 85, 84, or whatever. I can't remember. This is just a sequel.
Spin-off?
A spin-off, I would say, yes.
Did you say it's a spin-off?
No, I don't say it's a spin-off, because, yeah, maybe. Because the spin-offs kind of have, like, the actual characters coming in every once in a while.
Yeah,
and this one does too. Yeah. See, this is where this is where I really wish that they actually just, said, all right, we're going to do this, like, 50 years into the future or whatever. Luke Skywalker is long gone. All the rest of them are long gone.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, it's there. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this movie. I'm going in with low expectations, as hard as that is to say to a Star Wars film. That is sad. I mean, because I love the movie. I love Star Wars. Dude. Everyone can say that. We love Star Wars. We love Star Wars, right? We can all agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't sound particularly inviting for you, Mike. Yeah. But
well, because I just like what's there to say right now? We're all looking for. Well, I can't say we're looking forward to it. We're all. We're just like, all right, let's get this done with. Let's hope it's actually something that we're happy with, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
See how this train crashes.
Yeah. If it let's see how it crashes and see how big the flames are.
That's so bad, but it's so true.
God. Jeez. Dang, man. I didn't think of it that way, but all right, cool.
I mean, because I want to be hopeful, but I'm just like, don't go in there with your hopes up because you watched Last Jedi, you weren't happy with it. Am I going to be happy with this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't watched Last Jedi since it was in theaters, so I don't know. I'm just hoping this one has something in it that I'm like, okay, I can watch that part of the movie.
You know what's so funny is that you can hold a conversation about Last Jedi that you only saw one time after. Or you only seen it once. You only seen it once, and you can still hold a conversation about it.
Yeah, that says a lot, doesn't it?
That says a lot. It is really, that movie has burned a hole in your brain, in your head.
Yeah.
There's
I can talk about Suicide Squad if you want to, but I'm not going to go into or.
How many times you watched Suicide Squad?
Wolverine, or not Wolverine, but Logan, or not Logan. Fucking
X-Men Origins. Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk about that one too.
Did you watch Suicide Squad?
I only saw it once. Oh, twice. Yeah.
Twice?
We saw it in theaters, and then I bought the extended edition, and I regret buying it.
And you watched?
Yes.
So, like, Star Wars you watched once.
What's up?
Did it do anything? Do it?
It added more to Joker and Harley's thing, which made me sick.
It's cute. Also not cute, but...
Yes. And I know somebody will like construe that as terrible, like to me. That I want to see this and that, but it's like I had an expectation.
See, that's where your passion came from. That's where you're passionate about Suicide Squad or Harley Quinn in general.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. It's like you have some connection to it. That's what I think. That's what it was. You have connection to these characters, and you want to see them. See justice done to them right. You don't want them to have them, screwed up or whatever.
Yep.
That's passion.
Or at least the bare minimum, like don't have them together.
Yeah.
And just spit in Mike's face and put salt in his wounds. Like, oh yeah, they have a romance going on. It's
like how much did
they have the perfect romance going on?
The perfect romance.
Apparently that everybody wants. It's like,
And then she doesn't look like Harley Quinn. So on top of the wounds, on top of spitting in your face, they teabagged you. So it's like, it's so, you can just keep adding up. Like, oh, she doesn't look like, she has a relationship with the Joker, and it's a perfect relationship. She doesn't look like the comic book. So.
How much did they get right in Origins? Do you remember? Or how much?
Close.
Okay. How much did they get? I was gonna say, how much did I was gonna say how much of it did they like just skew over?
How much did they get right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Got bone claws, and he was a part of almost every war. That's pretty much the gist of it, I think.
Was a cool scene though. I ain't gonna lie.
That whole thing was kind of cool. But yeah, it's like no one was suspicious of these guys being around and like not aging at all.
You look familiar, like old vet buddies that he saved. That look at him like, wait, you Logan?
I think that's why in the comic they limit it to just World War II and that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not every war, the Civil War,
and
then like World War One.
Yeah, wasn't he in the Civil War? Yeah,
I think in there, he is.
Civil War, World War One, World War II, and then he went to Vietnam.
Yeah, the Korean War. If you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, Korean War. Yeah.
Did he go to Iraq, or did it stop at the Korean?
I think it stopped.
Okay.
Stats of Vietnam.
Just like every war, the future. He's in Star Wars. He's in that war.
But yeah, yeah. I remember I just like looking at the disappointment in Mike's face during that movie. It's like we stayed.
It happens within what, the first 5 minutes of it.
Yeah,
because that's when they're like, oh yeah, him and Sabretooth, they're brothers. I was like, oh.
And I was just like, yeah, like as if like yeah. Even when I saw like just everything about that movie was just like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. Well, as a person that studies, quote unquote, studies film. Yeah, I was like, ooh, this is bad.
Anyway,
so
back to Star Wars.
Oh, I have one more question. Back to comics. So what is the bare minimum each studio has to get to be able to satisfy the fans?
Satisfy the fans. Hulk has to be green.
Yeah,
has to be.
Is that the bare minimum? It has to.
He can be either. No, I take it back. He could be either green or gray. He
gray?
His action, because gray, he started off gray. Honestly, everybody knows everyone should know he started off gray.
Yeah.
And he's very, what's it called, to anger. His anger fuels him, like even more. Like more anger. The more anger he gets, the more stronger he gets. They neutered him, like now, even in comic books now they've done it now. But yeah, he's got to something has to be with gamma radiation, obviously. He has to be constantly on the move from the military. And Thunderbolt Ross has to be, Thunderbolt Ross.
Hunting him down.
Yeah, hunting him down. And I really wish they would bring in like the mech, not the Hulkbuster armor from what's it called, but the military's version of their Hulkbuster armor, which is pretty cool. Just like a big giant mech. That's all it is. It's just like
look like Tony's.
Yeah,
Hulkbuster?
No, not Tony's Hulkbuster. I'm just going by the Incredible Hulk Unleashed game.
Okay, yeah.
There's just like a circle with like limbs, like appendages on it.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, there's just like it just had legs. It's just like a regular mech suit, pretty much, I would say. I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think of a good one. How you would relate to it.
Yeah, so like, where do you draw the line on innovation, on creative stuff?
Honestly, it's just like
creative.
You can take some liberties on like origins. You can take some because like it's like, all right. Obviously, Hulk's thing is not going to always be the same. Like,
yeah,
you can't be like, oh, he survived a nuclear explosion. Like, that's not going to be believable now.
Yeah,
But I mean, you can take some liberties, sure.
You don't have to put Incredible Hulk as an example.
Yeah, I know. But
that's the best one. I feel.
Just like completely alter things, Yeah. You can't just like you can't alter key points in the whole thing. Like with Harley Quinn, her relationship with the Joker is a big reason as to why she's on her own in the later stuff and why she sees things the way she does. So for you to be like, oh yeah, they're lovey-dovey now is like kind of like, so what does that do for the rest of the story? And it looks like they're just kind of erasing that with what, Birds of Prey?
Yeah, but it's still the basis.
Like, yeah, it's still the basis in there.
Yeah.
But it's still like, but they're kind of just like, oh yeah, well, turns out that probably won't work, so we got to break them up, right?
And it's like you have comic books and other lore to look at, and fans like, hey, that's probably not the best relationship to build upon.
Yeah.
So Harley Quinn's the worst, right? Then who's the best in terms of creative liberties? That they have. It kind of does honor to the history, to where the character comes from, but also makes way for new stuff. This Daredevil. The current one?
No, the Netflix Daredevil. Yeah, I'd say he probably took pretty good liberty. I was gonna say Punisher, but no. They kind of ruined his. Well, not ruined, but just the whole thing that his group, like his old army group or marine group, special forces. I don't know what you would call marine because he's a marine. He's not a
Force One or something.
Yeah, his whatever his group was. Yeah, they were the ones that killed his family. No, that's I don't no. I'd rather have it be like a hit job, like how it was, or like got into it just happened just randomly, accidentally happened. Like it wasn't like
premeditated or something. They planned it.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't planned out or anything like that. It was just something that just randomly happened, and that's what happened. That's what that set him off. I mean, that's why he kills everybody. He's just like, you guys need to be punished for what you're doing.
Yeah, is that the one in the movie then that they wanted to kill his kids?
Yeah.
Or they caught in the crossfire? So. Oh, okay.
No, they weren't really caught in the crossfire in that one. Like in the weird outlandish
Netflix
one. Yeah.
Sorry, which one? Which Punisher are we talking about? The Netflix one or
the Netflix Punisher? We were talking about the Netflix Punisher one.
Okay.
First, and then I thought you said the movie. I thought you were talking about the movies after. Just a while ago.
I guess the most recent one.
The first. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the most recent one. Yeah, that one was like premeditated that his family's gonna get killed, or whatever. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Daredevil is pretty good. Who else was it?
But someone from the big comic companies like DC or Marvel. Is there any because I think about Ant-Man in terms of creative liberties, and he was an alcoholic who beat his wife.
Yeah.
So is that a good thing to take off? Is that probably a good thing to take off too? Because it helps, him develop from who he is. Like, hey, it's probably not a good thing to do that.
Yeah.
But is it good to take that out of? Because it's part of his history, and it's defined him as a character, sadly. And they find people around him. Yeah. So is that a good thing to take that off? But it defined him as a person. It's a little sorry. So that's really loaded.
That depends. Because that's it depends on who you're saying that defines it, right?
Yeah.
Because like that to me, that's just like a side story. I don't know if that actually defines the character.
Oh, they divorced, like the Wasp, divorced.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, that's not. It's you can either have it or not. That's basically what I think.
I was gonna say, is it in actual lore of?
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
There's an actual panel.
It's an actual thing. It's in. Yeah. I think it even happens in also the Ultimate Universe as well.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, does it happen in the actual canon verse?
It happens in both.
In Real Earth. Okay, all right. Yeah, then I think you should emphasize that a little bit, not a whole lot.
I think you go about the way that Iron Man is probably the better one, the better example.
They turned him more into a party rather than an excessive alcoholic that he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go ahead, Mike. Well, sorry.
No, that's basically what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
That they kind of touch on it, but they don't go to the farthest extent that it actually went to in the comics. So
yeah, because he's a party. Yeah, he likes to party. He's a womanizer. In the first one, he still is. He kind of still has that notion, even though he has someone he truly loves by him. He's still he's a big flirt. In 2 and 3 and the Avengers movies as well. It's just like, all right, that's part of his character. That'll always be part of his character, I believe. Even in even when he's having fun with Peter in Far From Home, but Homecoming. And he's like, let's do a video on to your aunt. And he's like, hi, Aunt May, what are you wearing? Something spacious or something like that. I hope something comfortable. I hope or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So that in essence, like what Tony is, especially with his family in the past and stuff. That's what, from the whole ages, that's the main theme Iron Man's been. Is he's trying to be better than what he was in the past.
I believe so.
So, so that takes a lot of liberties in terms of what would you add to give credence to the comic book character himself.
Yeah.
Like, what creative stuff can you flex about? When creative stuff can you not flex about?
Mm-hmm. I know it's very hard. I would say it's really hard. There's like what Marvel started
so much lore,
64, 65, something like that. I remember right. There's like what 50 years, almost a little over 50, going on 60 years of stuff that you can look at.
Yeah.
Look at and shoot. DC has been going on for
World War II.
Yeah,
the War 40s and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then which is weird because the new the new Wonder Woman trailer, there's a bit where it shows the tournament for Themyscira.
Yeah,
and who to choose to go into man's land or man's world, as it was in the comic.
Yeah,
like they're bringing stuff from the 40s back, and like, okay, that makes sense because that's
cool.
Drew...
See, I don't know a whole lot. I don't know anything really, honestly. If anyone asked me about Wonder Woman, I was like, I have no idea, because I like her as a superhero, but I just don't get into her. I tried, I just couldn't. I guess I got into one where like the writer was just really bad.
Yeah.
I got into the series when the writer was just like, because I do have a bunch of Wonder Woman comics, and like I tried to write or reading them, and I was like, oh, this is terrible writing. This is just, I don't know where this is going. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
but it was New 52 era, so I was like,
oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, everyone always says like don't read stuff from there, so I was like, all right, cool, all right, fine, it's cool. But yeah, all right. But yeah, a lot of things you have to take into consideration. Batman is like what 75 years,
and it's been the same one. His parents die, he becomes a vigilante. Yep. And it's like that's the essence. That's with Marvel too. Is that all of these characters? That's the essence of what they epitomize.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like you can't really stray from Spider-Man,
or Caps, or Thor's, stuff like that. Thor, that's what happened.
It'd be so weird to see. I mean, it's so weird to see like Batman from like the 40s or 50s or whatever when he was smiling all the time. Like, get an iteration right now.
Yeah, that would subvert my expectations.
All this doom and gloom. Yeah, he like loves what he's doing.
I love. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Because like right now, didn't Frank Miller is the one who established Batman as the gloomy.
Yeah, pretty much.
One, Dark Knight Returns, I think.
Dark Knight Returns, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who reinvented in the next so and so decade. Batman's been that. He's a gloomy. He doesn't hate. Yeah. He hates everybody.
Yeah. Oof, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that. It's hard for an adaptation to make everyone satisfied.
Yeah. See, I always think about the comic books is that there has to be a fine line that you can add some credence to the people who've read the comic before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can have some creative liberties, because what I think about something that's just for the fans is Watchmen, and I know people love Watchmen. I like Watchmen too, but it's just the comic book, except for the end. Yeah, it's literally like page. You can bring the book in the theater and like follow what's happening.
Almost the same exact dialogue
stuff, and like, right, that's true.
Almost,
and it's weird.
Yeah.
And what was the reason why they twisted it at the end? Was there a reason that there's like, it's not believable?
Said it was just too, it was just not believable or something like that.
Drama, because blaming Doc Manhattan is pretty dramatic.
Yeah. I was gonna say like the worst thing. I think like the worst one from like what we're discussing about is a lot of people like. I know this movie gets like shit on the whole time a lot. Is Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of things that they took way too much liberty or whatever in that film, from her arc or whatever, from just the name of that hero.
Yeah, just the title of Captain Marvel is what they really messed up. I think
like the true like Captain Marvel fans or whatever.
It's been 3 people, right?
4 people actually.
4, yeah.
She's like, I think they said she's the 5th.
Automatically to the last one, to the current one. It's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at least with Ant-Man, they were like, we're gonna do Scott Lang, but Hank Pym is actually around. He was actually Ant-Man for a while.
Yeah.
And then this one's just kind of like, no, there's never been anybody else like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
At all.
Especially, people like that young Ripper guy. He doesn't like the fact that there's a second Captain Marvel in there. The second Captain Marvel is actually in there. That being the child of her friend, Monica Rambeau. Her child's name is Monica Rambeau, and that is the second Captain Marvel in there in actual lore of Marvel. And he's just like he was upset about it because it was like this great white hope for her. Like now she's gonna be looking up to her as up to Carol Danvers for her inspiration to be Captain Marvel, and like it's just like not really because Monica Rambeau had her like run from like 70 something to like the 80s, and she had no affiliation with no one. She just took the name Captain Marvel, and like she didn't know that there was actually another Marvel, there was Marvel, the male, the first guy in there. But yeah, he was kind of upset about that she was like she was looking up to her for her as her inspiration to become a superhero or a hero in general.
Yeah. You see, my thing was that my rebuttal with that is, do you just forget about the mom then? Not an inspiration to the kid. The mom's been in the military, and then the kid's seen the mom's like struggle with, I suppose patriarchy or the workplace.
But here's the thing, though, she had a father in the comics, and he also gets mad at that because it's a stereotype.
Of single mother?
Yeah, single black mother. Single black mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like upset about that. Like, why did they get rid of her father? Like that's messed up. I was like, okay, like he's like you. I was like, you obviously know more about Marvel than I know about them. I was like, so I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm not. Sometimes I don't agree with what you say, but I'm gonna take your word for it for why you don't like this character. I just didn't like the movie because it was really just bland.
Yeah, it's very weirdly paced. Like I watched it again and I wrote a paper about it, comparing Wonder Woman, and the whole thing was it's just weirdly paced because it's trying to satisfy fans, and obviously it's really old lore and trying to make something new with, but in a way. I don't like that.
Yeah. Are you saying something? Because I can't really... Or you were just pausing for dramatic effect?
Damn.
I was pausing for dramatic effect. Can you hear me now?
There he is.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I can hear you. Like, were you saying something in between? Or I have no... Like, because I think you kind of...
What was the last line? What was the last thing I said?
Like, you were talking about, like, how it was, like,
it's a little unbalanced.
Weird.
It's
just...
Yeah.
Okay, just a little imbalance. Yeah, I can see that a whole lot. Yeah. Unless they're just like trying to prove a point. And I'm like, all right, we get it, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I want it, but I'm like, every time I say that, I'm like, am I misogynistic for saying that stuff? I'm like, no, because it kind of was heavy-handed with the whole, like, like she's like here to kill, like, here to be the, person to look up to. Like, girls, you can look up to me.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like Wonder Woman. It's like, okay, yeah, she's a strong feminist icon, right?
Yeah,
but her lore is
certainly. Yeah.
But her lore is riddled in an era in which that did not want women like that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So a lot of the movie is like, okay, Steve popped my cherry. I'll just be like, okay, I'll be here passively while Steve does the work, and I'll be all emotional. and get mad and like, I want to kill you. I want to kill Ares. And like, what, Deanna, you were so cool during the No Man's scene. You were so cool and collective. Now you're just kind of like exploding for some reason.
Yeah, true.
It's like it's very heavy-handed.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I think that's why I only seen it once, and I'm like, all right, I'm fine with that. But I'm like that with all DC films. Oh, and I was telling Mike this. I'll get into this because it's like something personal about it, about the '84 trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching it, and I was just like, why do I want this movie to fail? I was like, is it because it's Wonder Woman, or is it because not fail, but just I don't see this going anywhere anymore, or is it just because I know DC films are just just average, and they like just like everyone puts them up higher than they should be.
Yeah,
like Wonder Woman is okay. It's like to compare to Captain Marvel, it's a great film. It's like one of the greatest films ever. But like as its own, it's like it's very average.
I thought both of them were okay.
You did? No, it's fine. To each his own,
Am I breaking up? Hello?
You're a little radio-ish. You're a little radio-ish.
Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, how about now? Good.
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with
like,
Discord.
I can't.
Discord's freaking me out.
Yeah. I was like, I can't put my finger on it. I was just like, no, I can't. Like, I don't want to, because I love Wonder Woman, and I love, like, all the Marvel characters, and I hope they succeed. I really want them to. I'm just like, I don't know why this, like, hatred toward DC came from. I'm just like, eh.
Maybe I just don't like change. I think the hatred towards DC is more the way that, like,
just the way they're
all
treated.
Their fans. No, yeah, well, yeah, their fans are just like, it's better than Marvel. Like they have to be better. Apparently,
yeah, I think
and
so.
It's like
it might be because I was reading comments on there, and they're just like saying about like talking about Spider-Man, who's like, oh, I get to swing on buildings, and it's like, oh yeah, and like so, like Wonder Woman, oh yeah, I can swing on lightning, and I'm like, oh god, shut up.
Well, that's right, you can swing on lightning.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know much about her, so I was like, maybe that's an actual thing. But that to me, that was just like, oh, okay, I don't know much about her, so I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah.
And also, I think it was also too because I don't like the '80s anymore. I think the '80s are done to death now.
That's true.
You got Stranger Things, 8mm, or whatever the hell that movie J.J. Abrams did.
Sorry,
am I think said? No, you're okay.
I'm good. Okay,
cool. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I was
right.
just like, why do I want this movie not to succeed very well? I was like, that's weird of me. I was just like thinking about it. I was like, why do I not want this? It's like, I was like, it can't be like just because I'm like that. This is weird. It was weird.
Well, Wonder Woman was an okay average film. It didn't really leave anything to be like, okay, cool, she's doing things.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I
want to say like I know I keep saying like, yeah, maybe that's it, but in my mind I just don't know why I'm like I feel like that, honestly. I just don't know why. I hope it's a good film. I want it to be a good film because I want, other things besides Marvel cookie cutter movies.
Yeah. I know, I think I'm at that point too. It's like I want something different.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be the standard right now anymore.
Yeah.
Shit.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I want it to be a little bit different. I'm not saying that you have to completely change the formula. I'm just like,
audience, take me where it's worth. I'm not like that. I love everything. But yeah, it's just weird to me. Like it came out when I first saw it, I was just like, no. It's just like,
to me, I'm just for Wonder Woman. I'm just like, all right, I'll watch it. That's all.
I said the same thing too. I was like, I'll watch it.
I'm not really against it, but I'm not really for it either, because it's just kind of like, because to me it was just more the way, like, didn't she just say like in the other ones like she disappeared because she hated the world or something like that?
Yeah.
Then you're making a movie that takes place when she's supposed to be in hiding, if you
It's
will.
the flashback movie again, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Like other one went to World War One, and then now this is 88. So it's kind of working
Yeah.
backwards. Or
Like,
something.
just get to modern times already.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that's just like, I don't understand what her motivation is right now. Because in
Well, here's
one,
the-
she's like, I left because I saw the evil in men or whatever. And that's
Yeah.
it. But at the end of the first movie, like everybody's hugging it out and everything like that. And it's just kind of like gives you like, it just kind of gives you this weird sense like, so why did you leave? But you're like, all right, but I guess I can understand why you left because you saw this. Because I don't know, you let Ares tell you that men are still evil anyway. I guess that's what happened. And then
even if he's gone, I'm still yeah.
It's like, it's just a weird thing that they had in there. It kind of goes against what they already established. So, but that's kind of DC's thing right now is they actually have to go against what they've already established in order to actually make their stuff work.
Yeah. Also, it's just like I don't know anybody. I don't know any of her villains besides Ares and Cheetah. Not Cheetah. Yeah, Cheetah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the only two I know. Yeah.
That's the only two I know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
So bad. I'm trying to think.
Aquaman. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna
No.
say you can say not Aquaman, but just more
More Atlantis.
Atlanteans. Yeah.
If you ever go that route.
Yeah. If they do, yeah. Her and Aquaman have a thing. Then, they have
They do what they did in Flashpoint, try to make peace. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they made peace. No. But yeah, I think that's probably maybe it's just a thing, a little bit of here and there. Maybe I don't know why. But here's to you, DC, rooting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping.
I'll probably only see it once, and that's it. Just like
you already
all
had
your films.
You had your Last Jedi moment. Now you're trying to work your way out of it. There you go.
The Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Justice League.
This wasn't even Justice League. It was probably
like
Batman v Superman.
Bro.
I mean, Man of Steel, there's a lot of problems with that. But at least they kept this. At least with Batman v Superman, they kept to it, right?
Oh.
They kept to what they established in that movie. So it's like, okay. There's some continuity there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Batman v Superman was a terrible movie.
I'll say that.
And then Justice League came out.
Justice League came out and it was like, this is... it's a step up, but it's not good.
Yeah.
So how do you make a good DC movie while making it creatively different while abiding by the lore that's spanned since the 40s?
Ooh,
That's what
I
Batman
don't know.
was, right? Was that Death of Superman and literally Batman? Like those put together, but there was months, if not years, of context leading up to that in the comic publication.
Yeah.
Especially with Death.
I don't know. They could have done like. I was thinking if they wanted to go that route of like, okay, you can establish or Superman's dead now, but you can also make a movie in between that, not Justice League, but just like maybe have the story of after Death of Superman, the reign of the Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Have all those things trying to replace the Man of Steel, establish that, and then have have another Batman movie before that, so we can establish why he's like all comical now. I don't know, because he's all like friendly in Justice League. He's totally different from from Batman v Superman to Justice League. He's more happy-go-lucky. I don't want to say happy-go-lucky, but he's just more his character.
He's not as stiff as he was in the other ones. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and establish.
They let him be a little bit more like, yeah, I can be a little bit more human now.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like, what do you want? Like, you want a DC movie that abides to the lore, but you want something new? Like, we don't know what more. We don't know what you want.
Yeah,
because like Reign of Superman, yeah, I could see that, but then you would have to establish Superboy, Steel, Cyborg, Superman, I guess.
See, that's the thing. That's how that's the reason why they like it wouldn't work, because they didn't establish anything like that, you know.
Yeah,
like they just like said, like it's just like Man of Steel. Okay, cool. Let's not establish anything else. Let's not make another movie after this or another 2 movies after this, and establish some lore around him. Get people to you know be attached to this Superman character, all the while having like Lex Luthor around behind the scenes as well. He's not really evil at the moment. Well, he still is, but he's not really trying to face
he's
Superman
not the direct
just yet.
threat.
Do some drop. They're best friends. Like, do it something that fits in a movie sense. Then you're gonna make multiple movies. Make some drama. They're friends.
Like Clark Kent is interviewing him and stuff like that, and he just something like that. Clark Kent becomes friends with Lex Luthor. Stuff like that. I mean, like he finds like Luthor starts showing the cracks like to Clark Kent, like how he hates Superman and stuff like that. Like where he talks about that with that senator, or where he's talking about like like all the like he's not a god, he's a demon or whatever. Like that should be told to like Clark Kent, I would say. And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, that probably would have been a bit more impactful.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Remember when Harry found out that Spider-Man was like something like that with Superman?
Yeah.
And then you can see
look at us making development.
But you have to abide by DC's rules. Like, what else do you need to add that abides to the lore?
Yeah.
Like, you have to add,
really
they're not
tough.
best friends. That makes sense. Like, he never worked out. He never interviewed him at the Daily Bugle. What are you talking about? I'm insulted that you didn't add them. Like, okay. Like, it's comic books and comic book films in general, I would think.
Yeah. I know, like in All-Star Superman, he does interview him, but that's an alternate universe though too as well, so it doesn't matter.
Why not take elements from that?
Yeah, like you have to take elements from certain stories and like pile it on together.
Yeah.
It's like they don't talk about anything. They just this is these are the founding members. We know these are not the founding members of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Like the lore, we know it's this and this and this, but they changed it because it doesn't make sense in terms of the canon or the straight line they're trying to go with.
Yeah. Like we said, it's hard to adapt. I think it's really hard to adapt to please audiences for that. Like people that know the lore and stuff like that. They'll be like, oh, okay, they took this from that. Why'd they take this part from that part? Like that was stupid. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's just hard. Yeah.
Birth to toxic fandoms because it's like, you're killing my childhood, then you are killing me.
Yeah.
I grew up with this. Well, see, it's the root of toxic fandom, is that you're shitting on something that I liked as a kid, but in reality, it's never going to be like as I was when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, you ever go back and watch your stuff? So you ever go back and watch your cartoon shows, like nowadays?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, like these are gross. I'm gonna keep them back in my mind.
It's like, oh, I liked it when I was a kid, and it's like you make a movie like another Star Wars, and then you shit on it, and people get mad because that's not what they grew up with.
Well, they kind of shit on the lore in Star Wars.
Well, the lore wasn't established anyway.
Yeah.
Like they just removed all of that with the EU, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they kind of shit on some lore in the sequel trilogy. I think I would say like they kind of ruined the original characters, in my opinion. like Luke. I mean, I don't know why like he was become like that. But then again, I read interviews and stuff like that, or I've heard I've watched people talk about that. And, like everything they keep saying is like our world becomes dark when we grow up, and I'm like, what? Like, no, it doesn't. Sometimes some people don't. Like that's why he changed his attitude or something like that.
It grows dark.
Yeah, I'm like, where is this coming from, guys?
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, all right, whatever.
You
Is that all? We're talking about Rise of Skywalker, and we just got on this huge ass tangent.
Yeah.
We talk about comics.
Yeah, comics. We're not just Star Wars guys. We're comics too, baby.
Other things.
Yeah, among other things. All right. Oh, the Godzilla and Kong leaked image. I've seen that. Want to? I'll talk about that a little bit. Did you see it?
Well, the thing comes up.
Have you?
It doesn't give me the. It won't let me click on it though.
Have you seen it before?
Gone.
Have you seen it though?
Have I seen it?
Yeah. Have you seen the photo?
No.
Or the supposed photo? Anyway, it's just like a photo of like somebody's in like a theater and they're showing like a little image of Godzilla and Kong.
Oh yeah, that image then.
Fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Godzilla and Kong fighting. Supposedly, like everyone thinks they're on some sort of carrier. It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like an aircraft carrier, but it might not be an aircraft carrier. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't imagine an aircraft carrier being able to hold them.
Yeah, everyone's saying everyone's like going crazy. Like all the Godzilla people are going crazy, saying that how can they withstand? How can that aircraft carrier be withstanding?
Oh Lord!
Like tons of pressure. I'm like, guys, calm down. Like we're already in a world that's in that has giant monsters in it. Come on, guys.
Get off your high horse.
Yeah. You have to suspend your disbelief in that. That's what I don't understand when they go see a monster movie. When people see stuff like that, like a giant monster movie, it was like, how do you use this? I'm like, dude, there's a giant monster destroying everything around. Like,
fire or what is it? Proton breath? What is it actually called?
Oh, atomic breath?
Yeah,
atomic breath? Yeah. It's just like that's the thing you're gonna get carried away with. like, come on, guys, don't be like that.
It's radiation.
Yeah, it's radiation.
Imagine people dying around him, like, oh, radiation poisoning.
Like he's not even meaning to kill anyone. He's just like firing his breath, and like when he spouts it out, they're just like melting.
It's like a giant. Oh, what is it? Not like a fallout. He's just a walking fallout.
And they established that he's like leaving radiation traces all over the place where he goes. Right. Yeah, like it just makes me laugh because when I think about the movie and how close they are to him sometimes, this is like these guys should be dead, like with that much radiation pouring out from him.
That lady at the end of what is it? King of Monsters.
Yeah.
On the king, she's like tumors are popping up her face.
Yeah.
She's like,
oh god, yeah. I always forget she's like in the area, in like the area where he's like, because he's already like melting everything around him.
My face.
Oh god, she met a terrible fate. Oh no.
Like, Watanabe is able to survive without his helmet on and just not start having a stroke and a seizure or whatever happens when you're lethal dose of radiation.
Like, yeah, that's where like it's just like you got to take things silly. I guess you got to make it like, okay, this happened, but this also happened with this way as well. It's just like, like that's a lot of liberty taken in a lot of things in monster films. But I blame it's just more just like they don't know how to make them just that way. Like not a lot of people are into monster films like that. I mean, I was just watching Shin Godzilla yesterday. I was like thinking to myself, I was like, oh, this is a giant radiation thing, and like they're just like, yeah, they also are like really close up to him. Like they should all be dead, or at least suffer from radiation poisoning.
Yeah, but he looks cool though.
Yeah,
that's the point. and his
But
little
then again,
breath
they also established, yeah.
or something.
I was gonna say they also established that the radiation kind of like dissipates too in like a matter of I think it was like weeks or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the radiation that he's like, he put out. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. There's like little things here and there, and I was like, wow, I was like thinking to myself, this is a really well thought out Godzilla film. I mean, the graphics aren't great, but it's a really well thought out film in general.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
Mm.
because none of them they don't establish anything like that in all the rest of the films. It's just Godzilla. I was like, wow, this guy really took his time.
Yeah, and then I remember
give us our
Godzilla with with the lizard.
yeah.
It's like that's probably Godzilla. That's probably not you should have made or something like that.
Yeah.
There's lore behind it.
Yeah, and also it's just like, give us our fourth film, dude, because give us our fourth what is it? Evangelion movie, dude. You had time to write a Godzilla film. You had time to write Godzilla film, but you haven't finished your Evangelion or Evangelion movies.
Yeah. Same director or same whoever worked
same
on it?
writer. Yeah, same writer.
That's not. Let me finish this Godzilla that matters. You go over there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that too. Like, it really shouldn't be made over here. We don't understand it as well as they do, honestly.
Yeah, isn't that the biggest insult?
I think I would say so. Because they don't know, because like the human, like even in every Godzilla film, they're not there to just drop exposition. They actually do have a story. The human side of it actually has a story to it.
Yeah,
it's just weird. It was like thinking about it. I was like, it's always just like, how do we stop this creature, or how do we like understand it, or whatever, something like that. Or there's something like other things like that. Because I know in the first appearance of Mothra, it's like a land tycoon or whatever. He buys this thing off, and the giant egg is giant egg is swept into Tokyo Bay, and some guy claims it as his own because it's on his land.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they put it in like this like crazy tent, and they put it up for like an amusement attraction or whatever. And then like the two twins that they have from Mothra, telling them like, "Hey, can you give us back Mothra, our egg?" And like they try to kidnap those two twins, and it's just like that and everything like that. But then like the scientists that are studying the egg or whatever, like around there, they go and go to Infant Island, which is where Mothra is, and they find out like, oh, this is like there's like this whole crazy settlement there that worships Mothra, and there they find the twins, and like Godzilla, like during that time, Godzilla's like rampaging there, and they're asking like, can you help us out? Oh, I screwed it up. Never mind. Screw it. Yeah, but let's just say
so far it's been really compelling. That's a real
good story.
That actually does sound pretty good.
Because I forgot to establish that Mothra is there. Mothra is actually full grown.
Because he's talking to them,
because there is a full grown Mothra. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a full grown Mothra there.
She's talking through them. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. She's talking through them, and they ask the twins if Mothra can help them like defend off Godzilla. Then so like they kind of like say like they're kind of like what's it called at it, but because I think they also say like Godzilla's like something that you guys created, so why should we help you out? But then like they establish like if you don't help us out, like he'll just wreck everything on the world or whatever. He's just like crazy like Japanese movies are sometimes. It's like to the nth degree. Yeah, and so they agree to Mothra agrees to help them out. All the while Godzilla is like rampaging the city, and he's getting close to the egg because he's attracted to the egg for some reason, because I think it's giving off radiation as well.
He's hungry.
And yeah, he's hungry. Yeah, he's hungry. He wants to eat that egg. And all the while, those land tycoons are getting greedy, and they're like trying to they want. I forget what happens. Their downfall is, but they're still in like a little building aside from it. But they get killed off there that way.
The land tycoons us, like Americans.
No. It's just Japanese, bunch of Japanese people. Yeah.
Okay. Or just like
And I was
allegory for
Yeah,
greed.
I was like, wow, really? This is like, I was like, really. I also was thinking about that. Oh, this is actually pretty good. The whole movie. This is like, as a child, you never really watch it. Honestly, I never really watched the whole thing. It's like when Godzilla comes out, I'm like, oh, Godzilla. You know, he's killing everything or destroying everything. Wow, cool. You never really establish. You never really sit there and ponder. You know, like, what are these people doing? Just like, yeah, get to Godzilla already. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is very like, what's it called for me? Because I was like, because when looking back at it, I always go back and watch those movies. And I'm like, these are actually really good. I mean, like, outlandish and, you know, over the top sometimes with their storytelling, but they're actually okay. They're actually okay. Not like it's a niche. It's a niche audience as well as it should be, you know.
And it's iconic because, like, I know some of the monsters, not as much as you guys do.
Yeah,
but I know Godzilla, who Mothra is, who Gigan is. Yeah,
yeah. My nephew was like naming off monsters. I was like, oh my goodness, you know this? I was like, wow,
that's awesome. Like,
yeah,
no,
I was like,
test like a pop quiz.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, this is cool.
Catch.
Right. Like,
who's who?
Oh man. Yeah. Now everyone was gonna say, "Oh, you stupid Godzilla fan." I'm like, nope, screw you.
Why is there actually an opposition to?
No, everyone who always says they hate Godzilla is just because it's stupid. It's a dude in a puppet or dude in a thing, and I'm like, shut up, dude. Blah, blah, like, like I remember you watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with me a lot, so. So you tell me that it's not the same, that the Mighty Megazord is not the same as a Godzilla film?
Right. Sounds like Godzilla hurt that person, like personally. Yeah. It didn't come to his like graduation or his birthday party or something. That's just a weird thing.
I know,
like
it is a weird thing.
Crap about Star Wars. I'm not bringing up right.
Yeah, but EJ, Star Wars is a movie for children. It's a movie about space wizards in space.
Yeah, it's the hero's journey. See what? That's just. Oh, that's another thing.
I was gonna say,
know a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say about Godzilla, like them making it here.
Yeah,
like I would like for them to try to at least give the a human side a story. I mean, they tried, but in this one, but it was really bland, and I can see why like a lot of people don't like King of the Monsters. I'll admit that it is flawed. I'll always admit that like there's no real good Godzilla movie. Honestly, I'll say that. Especially in American versions, it's like really whatever. As far as I would like Godzilla to be like the force of nature that he is, instead of like just some sort of thing that they make him out to be right here, and like him fighting something else. Sorry, I would like to meet him be like just a force of nature that just happens, just for no reason, and they're trying to figure out how to kill him or dissuade him. Because that's like most of the time when he's doing a solo movie in Japan, it's mostly just like them trying to figure out how to like get him away from civilization or how to kill him. Like the first one is how to kill him. How are we gonna kill this creature that seems to have just like artillery shells just bounce off of him, and he's just like able to breathe atomic breath. Yeah. And at the end, they do find out how to do it, how to kill him. But like at the end, the dude kills himself along with it. Yeah, along with he takes his plans to the grave of how to kill this Godzilla creature because he don't want the weapon to be used in another horrible way.
Yeah.
85 Godzilla's Return of Godzilla. They trying to find out like what makes him do what he does or something like that. I can't remember. Well, I had to watch it over again, but this is another solo film.
Isn't it the birds in that one?
Oh yeah. He's like at the end they find out. Yeah, at the end they find out he's he's like a bird. He moves to like the flock of birds noises.
Godzilla?
He follows them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so like they established like this whole radio wave of like birds coming this way, and they like sent him into a active volcano, and they kill him that way. That's how they get him away from civilization. Yeah.
Oh.
Because after that comes Bioland.
But after that, yeah, it comes Bioland, the sequel to that movie, and you find out, yeah, he's just sitting in there.
He's not just sitting in lava, just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
That's adorable.
Yeah, like it didn't even kill him. Yeah, it didn't even kill him. It's just like he's just sitting there waiting. Yeah,
I just picture Chibi Godzilla just playing in lava, like.
It is really awesome. It's just like this indestructible force, like in there. It's just like, oh, you tried to kill him, but you couldn't kill him. Like, everything that you try, like you just have more ways of like, killing yourselves in the end. You find more and more destructive ways of killing each other.
Yeah.
In order to kill this thing of nature, and it's just like I think that's what like the American versions don't get, honestly. There you go. That's all I'm going to say. My voice is hurting.
About Godzilla.
Love Godzilla. Love it. I can't wait for Godzilla versus King Kong. Or Kong. I should say not King Kong because they don't have the rights to call him King Kong. They'll call him King in there, but they'll not call him Kong. King Kong.
Not King Kong, just Kong or King.
Yeah.
Not King Kong.
Yeah. Oh, they pushed it back to November of next year instead of it being in the summertime.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, all right, I can wait a whole year. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready for it, just like I was for the last two movies. But yeah, anyway, all right, done with movies. Let's move on to video games, guys. If you're ready. All right. The Game Awards were here. Happened this.
Yeah, it wasn't eventful though.
No, nothing really.
Anything was announced.
But one thing was announced, Michael.
That was big. Anyway. Oh yeah.
Consider the.
No, because it's going to have a big spot in my area, and it's going to be bigger than my monitor. Apparently, I guess I don't know.
The tower, the Xbox tower, the Xbox PC.
No, Xbox. Yeah,
might as well have it a PC. Man. Okay, they officially announced the new Xbox console. Oh shit. Sorry. They have called it the Xbox Series X. That is the name of the new console. We are not making that up.
That's the whole name.
Yep.
I don't get the name, but whatever.
Reminds me of your guys' name on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like XX Sinister XX.
Maybe so that's what they did.
Xbox Series X. So it's like
Xbox Series X. Not to be confused with the Xbox One X. The head X is all over the place.
XX.
Oh, that's hilarious. I was just thinking about that. Maybe that's what they did. Like, what was cool in our old 360 era? A lot of people used the word. A lot of people used to do XX. Sir. Yes, let's do that. Let's just change what's in between.
That's like box series. That's all I see now.
Yeah.
X box series X.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm okay with it, I guess. I don't know.
It's just funny.
It looks like a giant tower. Let's just say to everyone. It looks
does.
like a giant PC tower.
Yeah, because it is a giant PC tower.
And it is, honestly. Yeah.
Looks like something that would cost $800, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm worried about is how much it's going to cost. I'm pretty sure they've already announced it somewhere. It's just like, because, they always do that whenever I'm like, oh, I don't know how much it costs. Oh, they already announced it. Why weren't you paying attention, dumbass? Like
Wait, what? Wait, who's picking on you, Mike?
No, I'm just saying that's like something that probably happens usually. Like I'll say like, oh no, they haven't announced. Then I'll find out like, all right, after we're done doing this, like, oh yeah, they announced it already.
They're waiting for PlayStation to announce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too. By the way,
What's up?
for Game Pass, the Halo Master Chief Collection came out for that. And yeah, Reach is on there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just
I
let
think
you guys
that was the
know.
first
Go
game.
ahead.
So can you get Reach free now or no?
I don't no idea.
I was just say because we have the collection already. So
Yeah.
do I have to just? Or do I just have to download it off of there and then be like, okay, now we can play Reach?
I want to say
That's what I
no
want to know.
because they're cheap.
I doubt that. Yeah. Cheap like that.
I just want to say no.
I don't know. I want to say they're cheap, but they're letting everybody play their games for like $30.
I want to know what's the takeaway. Like, what are they getting?
What are they getting out of it?
Yeah, are they just getting negatives all around?
I'm pretty sure they're getting negatives, dude. Honestly, because they give you like a 3-month trial, not trial. I would say like 3 months of Xbox Ultimate Game Pass for $1, and usually that's like I think that's like $50. I was like,
I thought it was like 100.
No, it's 50.
Okay.
The year is 100.
$60 equivalent games on there.
Yeah. Not all of them,
That's
but yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like,
back.
especially now because like a lot of people are probably just renting it. Like that's what it is. It's a rental thing. They're probably just using Game Pass for Gears 5.
Yeah.
Because I know I am.
Yeah, I am.
And how are they going to get money from that if it's in their rental service? Do you guys get advertisements in the middle of each mission?
No, not really.
Ads?
No, we just get disconnected. That's all.
Huh?
We just get disconnected from each other. That's all.
Huh. Cool. Of Gears 5?
Yeah, the system is terrible.
It's just the system. It's not, I don't think it's Gears itself.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, you guys found a match. Oh, we didn't find a match. Oh, now you guys are just separated. Invite each other again.
It's still like that?
Yeah, it's still like that.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they haven't changed anything on there. I was gonna say, yeah, because they did that with this one, Master Chief Collection and Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Those are like $60 games right there.
Yeah.
Well, let me fire it up real quick.
Give me a YouTuber on Xbox. That's a pretty cool deal. So it's like, oh, you want to review the next game?
Yeah.
Just play it real quick with like $10 or $30 and then review it and then crank out more games.
I want to know if it's actually more of a trial thing though, because I mean, like, I haven't really got that far in Outer Worlds, so I'm kind of curious, like, if it's as soon as I finish up something, is it going to be like, no, you can't go beyond this point because you don't own the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, technically own the game.
They finally put Ori and the Will of the Wisp on there.
Mm-hmm.
Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
Halo Master Chief Collection, Rage 2.
Yeah.
Remnant.
They're fairly new games. I'm
Devil
talking
May
about
Cry
Rage.
5, Metro Exodus. Jump Force is on there. Okay, cool. Gears 5, obviously. You have Ark. You have Batman Return to Arkham. Then you have Arkham Knight.
This is a whole vault of games, right?
Yeah, Blair Witch.
What they've added recently.
Yeah.
Huh. Really good.
Oh man,
Dishonored
Anyway.
2, Fallout 4, all the Fallout games, all the Fable games.
Yeah, all the Fallout games are on there.
Gears 4, Halo Wars Definitive Edition, Halo Wars 2, Hollow Knight,
Like, they
Hellblade.
really want to keep you on their console playing games.
Yeah, they really do.
I really want to know what the takeaway for them is. Like, what are they
Monster
getting
Hunter
out?
World. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. I want to know what they're getting out of it too. Yeah, like a lot of $60, $60, $40 games are on here. It's just like, wow, you guys are really willing to sacrifice that kind of money? I mean, think about it. State of Decay as well. That was like, what, a $30, $40 game, right?
Yeah.
$30, $40 game? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You easily get your money back if you finish one game.
Yeah. World War Z, Wolfenstein 2. Yeah. Those are just some of the stuff. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy how much, like, what I'm pretty sure they're in the negatives, running negative stuff on there.
You'd think, but we don't know. So that's all.
Well, Microsoft has enough money to
Yeah.
even if they are losing money, they can say, oh well, whatever. Although I wouldn't say that because it's still a business.
Yeah, that's kind of undercutting yourself as like, when are you gonna get negatives, or when are you gonna get a positive at some
I
point?
think that's why the Wii U only lasted what, like 3 years, 4 years. How long was the Wii U's run?
Not
'Cause,
long.
like,
I don't even
I
think
know
it was 3
Nintendo was
years.
just probably like, all right, I think we're done with this thing.
It
Yeah, just
never
come up with
existed.
Yeah, this thing
Yeah.
never existed.
Yeah, I don't even think it was 3 years for some reason.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. What else? There was a lot of it's in my hand. I was looking for my phone.
Oh,
I'm an
okay.
idiot. I was looking at the docs, trying to look for the docs. And there's a lot of stuff. Other than the Game Awards too. That was like the only one that was like really announcement that was really cool. I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of curious about that New World game too as well. They're gonna, but a lot of people are getting heat for that one because it's just like colonialism. I'm like, shut up, guys.
Hey,
It's a game, guys. Come
Of
on.
course, that's what they're
Is
going
that
to
the
come up with
Humankind one?
first.
No.
Sorry, what
New World. It's called New World.
oh,
And I don't know what it was, but it's like that game. What was that other game called? I don't know. They all go to like a new like they're all like sort of like Spanish conquistadors or whatever, and they
It starts out with like some animals. It's like a deer made out of wood or something like that, and then a rhino looking thing, bear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't even call it a bear. It looked more like a rhino to me. Anyway, they attack each other, kills the deer, whatever. It goes on from there. It'd be like, okay, time's passed. This monument's still here. The Romans come. They get infected with like some kind of thing. And then time passes on even further. Conquistadors come. They also get infected with that thing. Romans come out of nowhere and start attacking them. And then it like evolves into this thing where like some demon thing's attacking them at the same time. But yeah, it's like as if it's like a whole other continent that had this thing that gives you ultimate power, I guess. That's basically the basic thing that I pull away from it anyway.
how is this? Why are people mad? Because it's colonialism?
It's just because
Because
it's
the
the
title-
conquistadors.
Yeah.
The New World thing.
Because it's a new world, literally.
Yeah.
I'm just like, guys, you guys need to get off your high horse, dudes. Stop trying to lecture everyone. Like, this is bad.
Are we at the
Stop trying to
point
show
of
that you're
gaming
that you
that
went through
everyone complains about everything now?
elementary school.
I guess so.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mike. What are you saying?
So stop trying to show off everybody that you passed elementary school. Like, we know about these guys. Anyway.
Yeah.
But Other thing happened. The PlayStation State of Play happened too. And that one actually had some pretty good stuff too.
That one stole all the thunder.
Pretty much.
That one's basically stole the big announcements. Or at least PlayStation had no.
Talk about Sucker Punch's Ghosts of Tsushima. Looking forward to that, anyone?
Yeah.
I think you like that when we saw that.
Because I still don't even know what kind of gameplay it is. So
yeah,
I seen the original thing and it looked interesting, and that's all they're basically still just giving us. Like this one, they added in like little mechanics where you can throw grenades or something like that, and that's pretty much the only difference, I think.
Me and Mike were
Sucker Punch game, so I don't think it's gonna play like Dark Souls. It'll probably play closer to a Sucker Punch game.
Jumping around.
Open world,
yeah.
Open world, you can go do this and that and whatnot.
Conduits come back.
You can be overpowered before you know it.
I kind of hope that's pretty much it is, because like, I don't play the Dark Souls games, but like there's a lot of that happening right now. A lot of that kind of style of game.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have like, a Japanese themed game not be like that, because there's like two of them. I mean, one of them just won Game of the Year.
Yeah.
What won Game of the Year? Oh, Game of the Year?
Sekiro.
What was that one?
Twice.
Wait, what?
That's the one where you're a dude, a samurai, lost his arm basically, and you have like a robotic arm.
Did you play that?
I played it for the first level, and that was about it because I got caught up in something else. I don't remember what it was at the time.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what stopped me.
It's like a Dark Souls-y looking kind of game.
It's a Dark Souls it was a Dark Souls game basically.
Oh.
I think it's made by the same thing. I think it's made by Bandai as well.
Hmm.
Let me see.
He has it.
He turning around.
He still has to play Code Vein and that game.
And Surge. He hasn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't
Surge,
Surge,
game.
but that's there somewhere.
I don't really want to play Surge though. That's the thing.
Oh, why? You can disembowel people or
because it's not.
dismember people.
It just didn't look appealing to me right now. Like I'll probably play it eventually.
If it comes on sale.
It doesn't look as appealing to me as like you would think. I got it for free. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Remember, it was a free game.
Mm.
It was a free game on PlayStation at one point.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually I'll play it. Along with the other
underlying
games.
Bold in italics.
Eventually,
yeah. It'll happen. And I know the Surge 2 is coming out too at some point, so
consoles are going to be backwards compatible, so your backlog can carry over.
Woo!
I was gonna say, like, all we had to do is trade in the system, right? Pretty much. Hopefully.
I want to say yes. I'm hoping yes.
Well, we've only get like maybe like $40 for them. I'm like, I paid like $300 for this thing, dude. Come on, man.
Okay, fine, 45, and you'll get a pre-owned game for free.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say never mind, because it won't even even if it was like $100 in credit, it wouldn't even matter. Because I'm pretty sure the next two consoles, even the 5, I'm gonna say it's gonna be like $500, $600. Both of them probably like $500, $600.
Yeah. Is that weird design for the PlayStation 5 been finalized or?
No, that's a dev kit.
Okay, because like everybody wants to put it out there that's what it's be, and I'm just like,
no, you fools, that's a dev kit. It looks ridiculous.
It does.
Yeah, I was like, that's a router, not a PlayStation, not a console. Yeah,
let's put it a V as in 5. Get it, guys? 5, get it.
That's like making the Wii U a giant U.
Get it? Because it's a U.
It's a U, guys.
Get it? It's U with mirror.
No, the Xbox One X is giant X as well. Just like, come on, man.
Let's get it. The X.
Oh man. I mean, the original Xbox did have a big X on it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a freaking X though.
It wasn't an actual
Xbox,
X though.
Bludgeon a small child to death with it.
With the controller too.
Yeah, but this one it feels like it would break if it like fell a couple of inches off the ground.
Oh god, yeah. That looks heavy.
Xbox.
Like every time I look at that picture of the Series X, I'm like, that looks heavy. It's like an actual. It's just like
weird.
Like an actual modem, like not a modem, but an actual tower would feel. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time moving it around. But whatever. Probably only Probably only be like 5 pounds.
Still, it's like you feel like it's gonna break on you.
Yeah. It's one that I'm like, I don't know if I want to move it.
Yeah, and what they say, it can be played horizontally.
Horizontally and vertically. Yeah.
It can play vertically, but the horizontal, the little air duct thing looks like it would be better if it was vertical because the air would go out.
Yeah.
Sides.
Yeah, that's what happened to my old one.
I mean, that's the same with any of the Xboxes, really. Like, even the X right now, it has a vent on either side. And they're like, oh, yeah, you can play it standing up. But you'd be blocking the one vent, though.
It's bad for this disc, isn't it?
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's bad.
For either one of them, they always say that.
You can play it vertically, it's fine.
Like for maybe about 6 months, then it's gonna give you some help.
I can't wait for the red rings or whatever problem this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think they kind of rushed this because Sony announced that theirs was going to be out next year?
Yeah, because then Sony released theirs first, and then a couple of days later, Xbox was like, yeah, we're gonna do holiday 2020.
Yeah.
Like we too.
PlayStation
holiday 2020. Yeah, like PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation said holiday 2020 for their 5. Then they said like everyone was saying, oh, like Microsoft is gonna wait for what PlayStation is gonna do so they can up their graphics and everything like that. What would they? And their release date, and so like here it is now, holiday 2020. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a week or 2 weeks before the PS5 comes out.
Yeah. And it doesn't, the PlayStation, I don't know which, I think it was the Game Awards. They actually have a game for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one announced. I can't remember.
Godfall.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool. Yeah, that looked cool.
Which is like, whoa, Gearbox. Why?
Is it Gearbox?
Yeah, it's Gearbox. It's a looter slasher, is what they called it.
So that's where
you get it. You get it.
That's where they went. That's where your Borderlands 3 went to.
That's what I was feeling too. It looks a lot more established than Borderlands 3 did. At least the trailer felt like it.
It's not like Borderlands. The third Borderlands had like what 6-7 years of development to go through. Could have established it a long time ago, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Well, new stuff. You can't eat the same food every day. You got to try something new.
Yeah.
While you shit on somebody's dreams.
Yep. Marvel just announced a bunch of DLC for Ultimate Alliance. I know that.
Yeah.
Still need to get it. I think I'll get it next year, maybe. I don't know.
Woo!
But yeah, it did take them a year.
Yeah, and then I'm excited for the next one because it's going to be Fantastic Four.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that one.
Fantastic.
This one not so much. What was that?
Okay. Then there's Is there anything else about the Game Awards you want to talk about? I didn't watch it. That's the reason why. I'm not talking
really? I thought you guys would watch it. I didn't watch it either.
I watched the end of it. That's it.
I had no idea it was on. Michael was like, hey, the Game Awards is on. I was like, really? I'm like, oh, okay.
And then you ignored him.
Yeah, and I ignored it, yeah. Oh, yeah, MK11's adding crossplay.
Oh, yeah, what's that about, guys? Yeah, what did you guys
Yeah. They're adding crossplay right now. It's on beta for the casual play, not the rank play. Casual play for all three systems. I would say all three systems. But yeah. Oh, we were talking about that too. And it's like, do you think that's going to affect their not revenue or just amounts units sold now with crossplay? Because I'm pretty sure, like, once they establish that crossplay, it's going to be like, all right, like they're going to have their units sold or whatever. Like it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be as big as as their numbers are going to be like right as of like now.
See, I thought about that. I was like, it might be true, but at the same time, it's like, because we just bought it on the PlayStation, and that was it when we first got it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everybody, when they first initially buy them, they buy it for the system they want it on. And that's it. Like, they don't bother again. So I'm pretty sure, like, those numbers are still going to be solid like that. But it's the overall grand scheme of things where they have season passes and stuff like that. I think that's what gets affected mostly.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
Because I think we were talking about Smite, for example, and it's like we have it on all three systems, right? Because it's a free game.
Yeah.
But I only need to buy the character pass for one, and then I could have it on all three. So I could see that part negatively impacting them, because it's like, well, I can put that and put it towards PlayStation, but then I'll have it on the Xbox and the Switch.
Yeah.
And PC if I ever go to PC.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
But yeah. And
Just
it's like,
they
lose money in that point, because like before it would have been like, oh, well, I need to get the pass for PlayStation, and you get the pass for Xbox, and you get the pass for Nintendo, if I don't want to have to do all that grinding again, like I did for the PlayStation itself.
I see. For that, I feel like, and it's a scary thing to think about. Do you think the microtransactions are making them go into the positive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
If
say
they don't care about that stuff, then is it like, oh, they're making so much money? Because what? They just came off an event with Ruby.
Yeah.
And I could imagine how much they made from the demographic or the fans that like Ruby and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't, because I think that anime is trash, but you know, whatever.
I don't like it either. No, everyone who likes Ruby sucks. I'm just kidding. You can like whatever.
Oh.
Like, if you want, whatever. People lick toilets, okay. But if you like Ruby. In terms of MK, yeah, I feel like it wouldn't really hit their bottom line as much. Because, I don't know, this is from an outsider. I don't play MK. I just listen to these guys play it, and it sounds awesome how they talk about it. And I feel like the rivalry between Xbox and PlayStation 4 is just too strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a big...
It's just like, the thing is like, I don't think, I think back looking at it, I'm like, to the casual audience, I think it would hurt them, because, you know, they find out like, oh, I'm not really that great. But as like me as a competitive player in MK, like I'm like, all right, bring it on. I'm ready to show these fools up. You know, on Switch, PC, or you know, Xbone. Yeah, I'm like ready to show them up. But like, yeah, as I think it would hurt them for the casual audience, because it's Mortal Kombat is a casual game, is a casual audience game. Honestly,
really,
be fair, be honest. Yeah, it is a really it's more in tune for casual players, people, I would say. Because it's still, there's still a dedicated team, but the dedicated fighters, like it's well established in the fighting game community that NRS players, I'm gonna call them Mortal Kombat players, Injustice players, or whatever. Once like, the year is over, the first year, like pretty much like like half the scene goes away. and it slowly just trickles down.
Don't practice or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just because people just get like they just like, all right, I'm done, like whatever, It's like that's how the FGC sees NRS players. But this one is a little different since now they have the battle pass or whatever. It's not really a battle pass; it's free, and it's like they give you a month or month and a half or something like that. Yeah, no, a little less than a month, like 23 days or 20-something days or something like that.
Yeah,
to get like 4 skins to get to this certain levels.
I'm sorry.
and by oh yeah, yeah, to get like character skins, 4 character skins.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And in between them, they have like there's like 2 little consolation prizes with them. They have like certain like part of a mask or like just like stuff like that.
Limited stuff for that event.
Not really limited, I would say.
I don't know if it's limited. I'm not sure if it's limited.
See,
I think you can get it later, but I'm not sure. Like I've never really like pay attention to what the names are for like this gear and that gear.
Yeah.
Or like if you can get it again or if not. Like because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just move them into the crypt or not after that.
Pool of gear.
Yeah.
It's like you can get it, but the
it's
drop rate is really small.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be cool if MK had like a community event for PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
Like who can reach it first? We'll get this limited thing.
Oh yeah. That would actually be pretty cool.
And then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. The big one. Well, you want to talk about Predator Hunting Grounds?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see it. Is it a 5v1 or 4v1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Predator has like everything, and so do you. But the Predator has an obvious advantage.
That sounds awesome. Are we gonna try it out or no? We're just gonna wait.
Probably wait. See, as much as cool it sounds, it feels like it would get old really quick.
Yeah.
Because we play those games. That's the thing too. I mean, we have Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight was a free one for us on PS4.
No, we don't technically have it. It was like
I don't like
trial days.
No, we have it.
No, it was a trial.
Face is a trial.
I remember it was a trial.
No. Just kidding. I think he's right. I don't know. I'll be sidelines.
Like I mean, I can check, but I don't think it was.
Was it for Plus?
It was just a trial,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was a Plus game.
Yeah, because I remember
like
saying
30-day trial or something like that, and that was it. Or like not even 30 days. It was like a week.
It might have been free for Plus because I do remember saying like, "Oh, I good thing we didn't get it."
It might have been, but I don't really remember. Like that's what I remember. There being a 30-day thing, or
you have
not 30-day, but like a X amount of day. I don't want to turn on my thing because you can hear it go all crazy for like 5 minutes before.
Ooh.
Yeah, since it's so close to the mic. But anyway, either way though, that doesn't change anything. The fact that like we just don't play it. It's just there. Like most of them. Like I mean the thing about Friday the 13th is that like everybody figured out how to kill Jason right away. So like, oh, it's no longer a challenge anymore.
Yeah, and that's it. That's really all you do in the game is just survive or escape or kill Jason. And I feel like that's what Predator is going to be.
Yeah.
Kill Predator or do your objectives.
It was a free game in last year.
Death by Daylight?
Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
Oh. That's cool. Not gonna play it, but I didn't really.
Not gonna play it.
Yeah, I didn't really dig those games.
Yeah, it's very strategic.
We tried to do that with. We were thinking about doing it with. What what was it? Ghost Recon too, as well. When they had it on there, and they had the Predator stuff on there, and it was, oh, it was a 4v1 or 5v1 or whatever. Yeah, 4v1.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that?
Is that what the thing was? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dude,
It was a 5v1.
yeah.
I thought it was a little bit more thought out than that.
No, it was just,
But no,
I thought that would have been cool with his actual story in there.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was supposed to be. It was like you actually go into an area and he's there, like a little small chat, little small story.
a Tom Clancy game.
Yeah. I mean, it would
Tom
have been
Clancy
cool if he was
rolling
just there in the
rolling in his
overworld.
grave right now thinking about it.
I mean, if it wasn't a Tom Clancy game, that'd be better.
Yeah, it would have been way awesome. Like, oh, you can go in the city, but you can't go in the jungle, but something's in there.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a Tom Clancy, like an open world Predator game,
Yeah.
something like that. Or you're not the
Or
Predator.
maybe,
maybe
maybe not even a Predator game, but something that actually has Predator in it. It's like it starts out as this, but eventually, like how Dead by Daylight's more like, oh, all these other dudes are in there now. All those other killers are in there.
Oh, that would be cool. Wait, does it
Yeah.
have to be jungle themed though?
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, he attacked the city in the second one.
The Black Lagoon or something's in there. Like all these Hollywood movies or characters coming into this open world esque kind of game.
Pretty cool.
Like just a evolving game. But
That would be
that would probably never happen.
Yeah, I won't.
Like it doesn't even have to be movie stuff. You can just be like, oh, we just made this up on our own. It's added into the game to bring longevity to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I guess like what they're doing with what's that one? Sea of Thieves. Where they're like, yeah, Megalodon was this big event. Now he's just there. The Kraken's a thing that happens every now and
It's
then
just
too.
sad that game got off on such a bad start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's such a
it felt
very
like it was in
terrible
pieces.
start. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Get in the
man.
game.
Yeah.
All right, it's in there now. They just released a tutorial right now on the last DLC, I think.
Really? Jeez.
So it's like, you guys, the tutorial is supposed to be the first thing you play. It's like driving. Okay, you've been driving for 5 years. Here's your driving test.
Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, okay. And also, the last but not least for the video game part of our what's it called is the announcement of the third Resident Evil Biohazard in Japan.
Resident Evil.
Wow.
Who is
Chicken
psyched for
sandwich.
this chicken sandwich?
Let's do it.
Are you ready for it, Michael?
I kind of want to download the demo now. Because apparently there's a new demo out for Evil 2
Yeah.
that has Nemesis in the background, apparently.
Did you hear it?
Apparently there's a whole entire thing about there. People are saying that like if you play the demo now, you'll hear him saying stars somewhere in the background.
That's awesome. That's great marketing on Capcom's part.
Yeah.
Yep. They're all the horrible things they've done.
But I was like, but why would I download the demo when I've already played the game?
You played it pretty religiously too, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. I beat it like 20 maybe more times.
At 21.
Dude, you should become a Resident Evil streamer, dude. Find your niche somewhere.
Yeah. And it's natural too. That you don't force yourself. You're just like, hey, I want to play Resident Evil. I have all these other games. No, I'm not giving you crap. I'm just saying that you just play that a lot, then you play your backlog.
I played that. I spent a whole month on that.
That's addicting, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. I want to go back and play one.
Why?
I only beat one once.
Oh,
And it took me like 6 hours. And I was like, that's terrible. It's terrible.
You do better.
Timing.
3
Yeah. It's like, you
yourself at
I
some
can do
point.
it in
can beat it in like an hour.
I can beat it in 2 hours. That's my my easy fastest way. I was thinking about being a
fastest is
speedrunner
like an
for
hour
that
and a
one.
half for
I have to keep
Resident Evil
hydrated
2.
Yeah.
before I do that. Before I beat it.
Yeah.
Masturbation.
Resident Evil 3, awesome.
Now rated R. All
I
right.
still need to play 2. I still need to play 7, and I still need to play 2.
You play
Yeah.
6 and 7.
You don't have to play 6. Who said
I
6?
know.
Is that you, Mike? No, you
Yeah.
don't have to.
Everybody says you don't have to play 6. So I'm like, all right.
You don't have to play 6. Yeah.
Oh,
I still need to play
But how about
Revelations.
Jill's look?
and 1 and
Jill's new
2.
look. What do you think?
I
that's
like
fine.
it.
That's
I can
it.
dig it.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I feel.
I mean, it looks fine to me too. I don't really. I'm just. I feel like the purists would be like, "Oh, she doesn't look like Jill. It doesn't look like Jill at all."
Somebody would be like that. So, I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
argument's out somewhere. Not
Pretty
here,
sure. If they're gonna argue about a game called New World, then yeah, I'm pretty sure they're arguing about how Jill looks.
though.
Maybe her boobs are not big enough, or I don't know. I don't remember what Jill looks like back in the day.
She wasn't that buxom,
Christy?
if I remember right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
she was wearing a skirt, and now she's wearing pants. I'm like, yeah, all right, it's fine.
That's fair,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Because she was wearing pants in the first one, right? When she was wearing her tactical armor and stuff.
yeah. And the first one,
Yeah.
yeah, tactical. And this one, she was just like, yeah, it was like
She was more casual, I guess.
She
casual.
just kinda took it off, like took off her armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a reason. I think she was just she was off duty or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's the basic idea was that so suddenly.
Hmm.
How do you think they're gonna do the Nemesis segments? Is it just gonna be Mr. X, or is it gonna be like he's gonna start sprinting at you, or is there gonna be it's gonna switch to first person like it was in the trailer?
You know, that'd be cool if he like if it's Mr. X at first, but then like Nemesis comes and like he like kills Mr. X.
Yeah. Well, because apparently, according to like one of the things that I was watching, they said there was 4 of them dropped in, 4 tyrants. It was either 4 or it was 3. Like one of them is the one that gets dropped off at the police station. The other one turns out to be Nemesis, and then I don't know what the other one did. So there could be a possibility that there's like, oh yeah, there's another Mr. X running there, and then
what was
Nemesis
what was
kills him.
Raccoon or what was Umbrella's whole thing? Was it supposed to be? I mean, because they unleashed a virus and then like killed all these people, and then all of a sudden like, oh, let's just throw these giant tyrant creatures thing in here too. What are they gonna wipe out the rest of the civilization? Cover it up?
Like
pretty much. Like
that what
Nemesis,
it
I think,
is?
was sent in to tie up all the loose ends from Resident Evil
Hmm.
by like killing all the stars members that went and any that were still alive. And then I think Mr. X was sent just to kill anybody that was left.
Okay,
I think
that makes
really
more
pretty
sense.
much it.
So I was just like, why would they send in like 4? If they why would they send in like 4 things that probably cost like millions and millions of dollars to create,
Yeah,
and just to have
I
them wiped
thi-
out
yeah,
by the
I think
but
that's
in
how
the
it
end.
is. Yeah, I think that's the whole story behind it. I don't know. I had to look and be more confident about
No,
it.
you're right. Yeah, the Nemesis was just there to, well, because they found out what Umbrella was doing in the first one, Stars.
Oh, okay.
So they don't say anything about what Umbrella did or the
Yeah.
experimentations they were doing. Because like it's even bad because they're kidnapping kids from orphanages and experimenting on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Speaking of the first one, when are we gonna get the remake of that one?
Another remake, yeah.
I
Right?
want to see that one. I want to see
Probably
the
after 3?
retelling of that one. Yeah, I would love to see the retelling of that one.
Yeah. I would be interested because it does seem like, well, I'll find out when 3 comes out. It does seem like they're trying to get rid of the whole, like, how it affected smaller creatures, you know? Because if I remember right, in 2, birds still attack you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the original 2. But in this one, they don't. Or there's no
Why?
birds at all.
Is there a reason why, or just
No.
Is
They don't
the
say. It's just like, they just never
does it
show
say
up.
that it's not interspecies? Not inter.
Yeah.
Does the virus?
Yeah, I don't think it is anyway. So I'm kind of curious if that's where they're trying to go with it, or if it's just like something like, we didn't want to program that in. You know.
Wait, I have a question for 2. Does it still spread through the rats?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to.
So then your argument is mute, then, Michael.
No, it can still be spread through rats. Like plague was spread through rats.
Nah, true.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's
maybe they just want to program that in.
Yeah,
because it's kind of ridiculous. So, like, if it's in the birds, then it's everywhere now because it's airborne.
But then again, the huge crocodiles in there still.
Yeah, and lickers.
Yeah, well, lickers they're just zombies that have been around for long enough.
Really?
That's the thing.
Yeah, because you know how in the original Resident Evil, there's Crimson Heads. Right. That's the metamorphosis between. Yeah, that's the metamorphosis.
That's the Venusaur, Ivysaur. That's the Charmeleon of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little. Oh, all right, I guess.
There's like in 2, there's concept art that you unlock, and it's like it has a zombie, and then it shows like another image, and it's like its head's like busted open, and it has like the licker long tongue, and like its fingers are turning into claws and stuff like that.
That makes sense, actually. It does make sense.
Yeah.
Well, is it like just 2 evolutions? So 3. So it's zombie, Crimson Head, then licker. There's no like.
It might be 4 because I don't think. Because I think it's like I think it's zombie, Crimson Head, this weird thing that's in between, and then finally a licker.
And then licker. Okay, see. I suppose
because it does say like it's like a scrapped enemy.
Okay.
On there,
but it's not canon, so it doesn't make. That's not there.
But it is canon. I think they say it's in. Outbreak.
By the way, let's ask someone to get us that Resident Evil 2 board game.
All right. They look cool.
Yeah.
The Dark Souls one. You should play the Dark Souls one.
You got the card game.
How does the card game work? Like you die.
The card game.
And basically, literally stabs you.
Basically, the card game is you get like a deck of 28 cards, and depending on and that's like your health. So there you go. I just go with that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I suppose. No rolling. You can't roll.
No, it's just continuous. Like, okay, I have this card, but I need like. It's kind of like Pokemon where it has like energy cards. And stuff.
Oh,
that's also in your deck and stuff like that. So it's like, I have this item. But I don't have these required things in order to use it, so I'm going to get hit or something like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
All right. Pretty much.
Anyway, I'm happy. Resident Evil 3. Let's go.
What is it, April or May?
April.
April 3rd. April 2020, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
April 3rd, really? Right after our birthdays. Nice.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
It's funny. It's funny just because there was like I've seen 2 videos, and there's the one that's like it puts the day first and then the month.
Yeah.
So it's like 3/4/2020. I was like, oh wow, it's like March 4th. I was like, sweet. And I was like, and then I saw the thing. I was like, oh okay, that works. I guess
you're reading it the other way. You're reading it how everybody else in the world does their calendar thing. Yeah. All right. One more thing we talk about is the Ghostbusters trailer, the new Ghostbusters movie by Sony, out with the remake of the reboot, and in with this reboot,
the sequel.
I would think it's more of a continuation of 1 and 2, the first Ghostbusters movie. Because it is actually.
That's how it's being. Unlike how the other one was like, this happened 30 years ago or something like that. But it has nothing to do with the story. That was just the trailer.
Doesn't it say that, they did establish that, there's something that happened 30 years ago. And it's like, but this is an alternate universe. supposedly.
See, they talk about it at the end, like, "Hey, there's someone on the radio," and then they put it on the mic, and it says Gozer, and it's looking for Gozer.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, what? Like, expected to make more movies after this?
This train wreck of a movie? Yeah. See, that's a movie that has like a lot of exposition, too much movie exposition, and also just not funny and not fun at all.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this movie is going to be all right. It seems to be in pretty good hands. I don't know. I don't trust a lot of Sony stuff. The only thing I trust about Sony is their video games. Like their movie department is really not that great, honestly.
So far, I'm happy a little because it's the son of the one who did the originals.
Yeah.
He's writing and directing, and I think his dad is producing too. So it's like, I did it like this. Don't do it like that.
Yeah. So he has lore. He has lore to look up to. Like
he has his George Lucas over his shoulder.
Yeah. Like Dave Filoni.
Telling him how he should probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's Egon's grandson, right?
Yeah.
I think it's what they're establishing, Egon's grandson. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's pretty good. I want to see a little bit more. The trailer didn't really drop a whole lot, just a little bit more like establish that this is a direct sequel to the OG movies.
Yeah.
Other than that, it really hasn't shown anything a whole lot.
Ecto has a gunner seat. I didn't know.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope they kind of fix the beam, because that kind of looked kind of terrible in that shot.
They fired it off.
Yeah, when they fired it off, it looked kind of weird. It just didn't look right
for
some reason.
An 80s beam.
Yeah, it just kind of did. But yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. Any more things you want to add into this before I end it?
Nope. No.
All right.
I'm just wondering if this whole thing is gonna stay on.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure of it. Hopefully. Anyway, okay, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Journey Into Nerdom Podcast. I am your host. I was your host today, SR Native. You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at SR Native. Go ahead, Mike.
I've been Forever Delicious. You can catch me on Twitch and Twitter. On Twitch at Forever Delicious, and on Twitter at Forever Delicious without the E before the R.
I've been Zen Pixel. That's XEN Pixel. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. That'll do it for this week's episode. We'll catch you next Saturday. Maybe we'll be giving our rave reviews on Rise of Skywalker. And then you don't want to miss this one. Trust me.
Woo!
Yay!
We'll find out if we like it or not. Whatever. Either way.
We'll find out.
We'll find out what happens. Until then, guys, have a good week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
I was just kidding, Mike.